Nah,
Man,
man,
I
we
don't
sick
think
of
I
that.
ever heard you say
We
that.
sick of it, real talk. We're sick of it.
Tired of
But
hearing that shit from you, real talk.
Okay.
besides real talk being a lifetime hater. Whoa, whoa. Besides real talk being a career hater, we got other things to
Career.
talk about today. We got a lot of hoop to talk about. We're gonna get into some things today. Y'all see the title, 10 things we learned from the summer league. We're gonna talk about the summer league champs. We're gonna talk about that blockbuster 3-team trade that went down between it was a blockbuster between OKC, Dallas, and Atlanta. And we'll talk about how that changes the landscape of the league. We'll talk about how much better OKC got, how much better Dallas got, and how Atlanta's still weak as hell. We'll talk about a bunch of things today. But first, let's talk about the summer league. Let's talk about Yaxel. Let's talk about what we learned watching the summer league this year, y'all.
Well, I think GMs, to be honest with you, I think they would rather a lot of these guys stayed in school. Some of them don't need school. I'm not going to argue that point. But I think that some of these GMs would rather some of these guys stayed in school off the strength that they would be more polished coming into the league. I think that there would be less things that these guys, these GMs would have to worry about with a more mature player than they would with a 19-year-old or with a 20-year-old. I don't disregard the upside of these young guys, but if I got a guy that's 22, 23 years old, I mean, there's still a lot of upside to him. If he's showing up at 22, 23 years old like Yaxel is, what are his prime years? His prime years, he's probably going into his prime at what, 25, 26? And then with him going into his prime at 25, 26, I'm getting peak Yaxel at what, 28, 29, and then I'll probably get 3 more years of that. So if I could get 10, 12 years out of him, and 5 of those or 4 of those years are peak years and 5 of them are prime years, I think GMs would definitely be more in favor of that. That's not to say that they wouldn't be in favor of younger guys, but I think it's grooming a more mature guy is more favorable for organizations as opposed to, dealing with 19 and 20-year-olds. Because remember, guys,
I think that matters for most GMs. I
Yep.
think in this instance for the Golden State Warriors, they have a different situation going on where they don't have time to raise a pup. They need somebody to come in here and play right now, be productive right now.
And that's the thing, Ox, because I heard something really interesting about James, and the Laker fans are so glad that that James isn't there anymore because they've moved on from him, and now they can move on from him, get younger, start to develop, and so what's the plan moving forward with Curry? Because he's gonna be 39 in March. Like, what's the plan with him? Like, how much longer are we holding on to the Curry project? Like, he's the only one left because Draymond isn't currently under contract.
When he's not good anymore, I would guess that's kind of the plan. Now, with an older player, you do have to monitor that from season to season. He just had kind of an injury-riddled season last year, but when he played, he was still a phenomenal basketball player. Probably still one of the, 9 to 10 or 9 to 12 best players in the sport. So
arguably, sure.
If he's still going to be that productive and that impactful, then it's still a huge positive to have him on your roster. I do think that with Yaxel, they probably solidified their first, in my opinion, real, okay, this is a cornerstone post-Curry basketball player. I don't really think I'm not high on B-Pods. I know that's probably what he's going to be anyway.
I was.
B-Pods is cool at best. He's cool at best. But Yaxel looked like he could be something for real. And although he is up in age, didn't he start basketball kind of late?
Decided he wasn't going to let him lie anymore. Okay.
You said what?
What did we miss?
What'd you say again?
Y'all still waiting for the resolution of that?
What resolution of
resolution of what?
I don't think Yaxel Landberg is as good as y'all think he is. But cool.
Oh, well,
You didn't think
real talk.
Giannis was that good neither, so I'm not doing that with you, Penn. You
Finish
didn't.
up real talk, and then I want to hear
What
what
just happened?
Penn is saying.
I don't know.
Go ahead, real talk. Go ahead. I'm
I do
curious to
think-
get to Penn.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Yaxel kind of pick up basketball late or later than most NBA prospects, right?
he
So
did.
although he's kind of up in age per se in basketball years, he's still quite a young player. So you can interpret that as look how good he already is this quickly, instead of looking at it from a
It's
raw
not-
birth.
But it's not
you
like
know.
Pascal Siakam and Hakeem Olajuwon picking up the game late. Like he picked up organized basketball late. He was still playing basketball.
Okay,
different.
so me picking up
I mean,
organized
but
basketball.
still organized is a
Absolutely.
that's a different level of play.
He got 6 years of collegiate basketball, man.
Okay, even if I do have 6 years of collegiate basketball, picking up organized basketball late is not a good thing for me, especially if I'm getting into this. It's not like I picked up organized basketball in the 7th grade or in 9th grade. No, I just picked up organized basketball just a little more than half a decade ago. And now I'm going to play with pros. This isn't the same thing. So he picked up organized basketball at what, 17? So I'm playing at the
what
park.
Was Chris Duarte's peak? What was Rafael Araujo's peak? Like, why do we do this where we assume that a guy who comes into the league at 23, 24 is just going to magically morph and have the exact same development curve as everyone who comes in when they're 19, and we're going to have like a long, lengthy career that lasts till 36. Most guys are out of the league in 4 years. That's the average length of an NBA career, 4.5 years. Okay.
Yes, it is.
So, according to that logic, the average drafted player is 20. The average player is out of the league at 24. So not everybody gets to enjoy a peak at 26, 28, 29. Most
just so we
people
clear,
are
Penn,
washed.
the average pro career in the 90s when I was growing up was 4.5 years. So guys showed up at 22, they were done by 26. Okay,
Cool.
so if I'm in the league at 19 and I'm done by 23, and I'm in the league, so it's really no difference. Because it sounds like most of these guys are over.
But
We
chill,
realize this average is
average
because there's people who play 10 games in the
Thank
NBA,
you.
right?
The average is heavily
If you make
skewed
it
by
to
dudes
through
that
your rookie
aren't that
contract,
good.
you're often gonna get another contract.
And Penn,
The average is
Penn-
only because there's guys who play 1 year.
And Penn knows that. Penn, you know that, and we all know that. So let's not do the average 4-year thing, because thank you, Morris. That's what I was just trying to get to that. I appreciate.
I've always hated every time that gets
let's
brought up.
let's be honest. We know the average is heavily skewed by dudes that aren't NBA level. Yaxel is NBA level.
He
We
is an
all
NBA
know
level
this.
player.
We all know this.
100% is an
Now,
NBA level
now,
player.
but to your point though, Penn, like I said earlier, the Golden State Warriors franchise is centered around Steph Curry. Yaxel doesn't have still. Yaxel does not have to have a 12-year career with the Warriors. I think if you ask what's my man's name? The GM, you know, Dunleavy.
It's not
Dunleavy.
sure.
Yeah, if you ask Dunleavy, I'm sure, and I'm talking about not in front of cameras. I'm talking about sitting at the crib, kicking back. If you talk to Dunleavy in an honest place, he'll tell you we drafted the kid to try to be competitive right now with Steph Curry. If he is a great basketball player, cornerstone of the franchise when Steph is gone, that is a super cherry on top. And that's just what that is. This is about Steph. If it wasn't about Steph, Steph would have been gone for a bunch of draft picks, a couple of young guys, but they didn't do that because this is still about Steph Curry. So to your point, Penn, sure, Yaxel might not be the next whoever, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't have to be because they got him for Steph Curry.
And they got him to perform right now too. And I think his game is conducive to what they're doing in Golden State, because his game, he gives them that downhill guy and he gives them that in-between guy that they did not have. And now that they have that, I think he really helps them.
Is Jimmy Butler dead?
Is he? Did he
No,
die?
but he has
He's
a torn knee.
rehabbing. Yeah, he's
Just so you know, he's not close, Penn. And when I say not close,
his knee is dead.
he's not even running. He's not even close. Just so we clear, Penn. Not close to running.
Penn, can I ask you, like,
not
what
running
is
yet?
what is this point that you're trying to get off, Penn?
I'm trying to get off that these decisions in the lottery to pick players who aren't nearly as It's just it's an immediate gain situation. It's the same. I felt this. I don't like picking older players in the draft early in the lottery unless they're absolutely generational. Like that's my view on it. I didn't like the Davion Mitchell pick. I didn't like the Chris Duarte pick. I don't care.
What if
that's not what this asset is for?
It's not about you caring. It's about what the team needs. So regardless if you don't like it or if you don't care about it, the team needs somebody to come and produce now. The team doesn't have time to raise a baby. They don't got time to draft this 18, 19-year-old that's going to need 2 years of development while Steph Curry's turning 42 years old. They need somebody that can come and produce right now. He doesn't have to be generational. I know that you don't like not drafting generational 23-year-olds, but Mike Dunleavy doesn't have time to search for generational 23-year-olds or 19-year-olds that are going to come and take time to develop. Like this is about the roster construction, not about what Penn likes in the draft.
Okay.
You do understand that, right? That the Warriors
It's
aren't
also
drafting
not like
based
they
on what
missed
you
out
want,
on a generational 19-year-old to take Yaxel. They missed out on what, a Daymara.
I mean, and on top of that, we don't know what this guy is going to look like. Because how many guys have we seen in the summer league that not very appealing in the summer league, but then they get to the regular season, and you know what? It's actually turning out to be good. Brandon Miller is a prime example of that. Like we watched Brandon Miller a couple of years back in the summer league, and I was like, ugh. But I thought that he'd be really good with Charlotte. I thought he'd be really good with LaMelo. He had 20 a game guy, 20 a game. So I mean, I say that to say with Yaxel, he gives them that in between mid range. He gives them that downhill guy. He can stretch out their offense. I think he can give them something on the glass that could really help them. I mean, I like him as one of their cornerstones. Absolutely, I do.
So he doesn't
have
to be
good
all
size.
guy.
He has athleticism as well.
6'9", legit.
That
real talk, 6'9".
They kind of be missing in their front court. Like, I get it, and that pick does kind of show, to Ox's point, and to bring it back to Chill's question, like, what is Golden State's playing with Steph Curry, and what are they doing to kind of look, down the line? I don't think they're there yet. To Ox's point, they drafted an older player probably to come in and try to help produce right now. They also were very aggressive in the offseason. Now, it didn't come out to anything of substance, but, they were trying to get AD to also then get LeBron to come to, like, they're still trying to win and compete right now with Steph. I don't think they're in the what are we doing past Steph era yet. So I think Yaxel is a good player. I think he'll be able to immediately come in and fulfill a role. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not a starter or anything like that, but I do think he can definitely be in a NBA rotation for a competitive team. I think he has the skill set to do that. And offense will also be made easier for him as well, playing alongside Steph Curry. He seems to be a really good shooter, at least from my point of view. I like the mechanics, like the flow of the shot. So yeah, I think he's going to be a good player. I don't think he's generational, to Ben's point, at all, but it's going to be a solid NBA player with Steph Curry. I think that's what they wanted.
Is he not a generational player, or does he not have generational talent? Because we can have both. What I'm saying is that we can have players who have. We can have players who don't have
the word generational. We just need to stop it.
What I'm saying is that we could have players who aren't generational talents but turn into generational players. That could happen. That could very well happen. And with a guy like
this video,
Yaxel,
within 2 years, there will be 2 19 to 20-year-olds in this draft picked after Yaxel Lenderberg who will be better than Yaxel Lenderberg. I'll guarantee it. Within 2 years, not 5 years, not 8 years. Within 2 years.
When you say picked after, you mean picked after the spot he was picked in?
Yes.
So you think in the middle of the first round?
Middle of the first round, early second round. Sure. I don't have to give a name. I'm telling you, they're guaranteed. I mean, if I had no, they're not in high school. They're in the NBA. What are we doing here?
There was
you're talking about in this draft.
Yes.
If it ends up being Malik Thomas, are we gonna be like, oh, the Warriors? How did you not take Malik Thomas at 11? Like that's just gonna be.
Well, it doesn't have to be Malik Thomas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not gonna put a name on who it's gonna be, you're now gonna be like, I see the Warriors got it wrong because Otega Owe at pick 38 turned into a better player. Like, okay, cool, I guess.
No.
He was meant to just see that coming.
Okay, first of all,
wait. That doesn't matter because once again, you're missing the point, Pin, that in 2 years, Steph is gonna be in his 40s. It doesn't matter what happens in 2 or 3 years. That's why I keep trying to tell you, Pin, this draft for the Warriors wasn't about who Penn thinks is going to be better than Yaxel in 3 years. This draft was about who can play NBA basketball this season.
Okay.
That's what this draft is about for the Warriors.
If your goal is to get a good player for this year for Steph Curry, there is a mid-level exception for that. There are trades for that. There's a minimum market for that. You think Yaxel Lenderberg is better than DeMar DeRozan right now? Like legit right now? DeMar DeRozan
better than Nate Ament.
Wait.
He better than Nate Ament.
Those are two different things though.
Hey,
to your
right
point,
there,
if you're trying to plug in an immediate goal,
because to your point, Penn, Jimmy Butler's not dead. He'll be back late January, February. They don't need DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan isn't, and on top of that, DeMar DeRozan is old dog. We don't got time to mold DeMar DeRozan into something.
And we already did this,
because Yaxel he might not be young compared to other draft picks, but he's still young, and he still has to come and learn something. He's not tainted. With all due respect to you, DeMar, he's not tainted with what he thinks the NBA is already based on being in other NBA franchises and already having his NBA game set up. DeMar DeRozan's NBA game is what it is. It's gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yaxel can come in. Watch out, man. Yaxel can come in and conform, if you will, or do what we need you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like. They can still get these mid-level exception guys. Like when you're dealing with a guy like Steph Curry's age, we got to get as many guys as we can. You know what I'm saying?
Penn,
protect Steph. That's what this is about.
And Penn, you are the master of patterns. Penn, we already did the old man thing. We did it with buckets. He tore his knee up. So now we're gonna bring another old dude in here to do this again with Steph Curry. No, we're not. We have to get some youth in here. We have to get some athleticism in here because we do have to Ox's point, we do have to think about post-Steph Curry. Curry is not going to play forever. Curry is not going to play till he's 47 or 48. He'll be 39 in March. Like, how many more years do we have Curry at this level?
The room here is that good organizations learn how to develop players.
Sure.
Okay. And they don't just stop at developing 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds. Yaxel Lenderberg is not a complete project. He will also need development.
Yep.
Just because he's better than the average 19 or 20-year-old picked in this draft, which he definitely is because he's more physically capable, doesn't mean that his game doesn't need considerable refinement, that he may also not benefit from occasional G League, reps and runs and scrimmages, that he also would not benefit from 3-on-3. So my point is, the overarching point here is, we tried to get, James Wiseman, and we've been burned by these, Jonathan Kumingas of the world. And, we've had a lot more success with the Quentin Posts and the Brandon Pajemskis of the world because these guys came in.
And the Draymond Greens.
Oh my goodness. Please stop. This is a different regime. This is a different coaching staff. We should
get back to that though, Penn. That's the idea.
What
like maybe we should
get
back to more mature guys because
first of all,
actually what's going on. I mean, Klay Thompson was a junior when he showed up. He was a
junior. I don't like
3
this
years of
idea that somehow like a guy being 4 or 5 years out of college is automatically or substantially going to be better than a guy who's just 1 year out of college. I just watched the Raptors Summer League squad, and my 4 or 5 year point guard, Jaden Bradley, can't run an offense.
Right.
But my freshman, Alan Graves, apparently can.
Right.
And he's 6'9". Mm-hmm. So talent's talent, and the talent is going to catch up very quickly to all this physicality and reps. Guys who, go through an NBA training program, like strength and training program, are going to be like pretty aggressively caught up to guys who are already 23, 24 in college. That's why I don't like the sample size you saw from Yaxel at a staff team.
Yep.
Frankly, at that age, I just don't buy it. He's not good enough to justify the draft spot and his age. There's a curve here that has to be adjusted for. And it's just like I felt with Davion Mitchell. As I said, Chris Duarte, Rafael Arujo, these guys, they dominate, but they're dominating children. It's not the same. And right now in Summer League, can you honestly look me in the face and say Yaxel Lenderberg was the best player in Summer League?
I thought he was a damn good player in Summer League.
That's not what I asked you. Was he the best? Was he the second best? Was he the third best? Because he was.
To answer your question,
he was one of the best.
He doesn't have to be the best.
He wasn't the best player, but
that's not the point.
But to your point, Penn, the fact that he picked up basketball, organized basketball, when he did at the advanced age that he did, and this is where we are now. That tells me that maybe this kid is a quick study, and maybe we don't need as much time to develop him that we would a 19 or a 20-year-old. Off the strength that he picks up things quickly, which means, especially physically, he'll be able to handle the rigor of the NBA. And in terms of offense, in terms of defense, he may be able to handle this stuff, as opposed to a 19-year-old where we may need 2 or 3 years for not to be productive, for him to at least get it. Like this kid seems to be, to your point, a quick study. When we're talking about a guy who at that age that's picked up things as fast as he has, even playing on a good team, that tells me, well, playing with good players, you know what that means? That means that I'm probably going to be a really good player. So if I'm playing with Steph Curry, if they bring Draymond Green back, I'm going to be a really good player playing with these guys, as opposed to if I was on a crew with a bunch of bums and they didn't know what they were doing.
Penn, do you think Yaxel is one of the best players right now in his draft class? Not projecting, I'm saying right now.
Today.
What's the cutoff for one of the best?
So we got DeBonster,
I don't think
Peterson,
he's a top 5 player in his draft
Boozer,
class right now.
Wilson.
Is he one of the
58 people got drafted, right? Or 60?
Yes, sir.
Is he one of the
60
top
months.
10 to 15 players?
Yes.
In the draft class?
Yes, he is right on the cusp of that. I think he would be like the 9th, 8th to 10th best player in this draft right now.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Who are the people better than him? Like right now?
Let's go through the list.
So you like DeBonster better than him?
100% yes.
Peterson,
Yep.
Boozer,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Wagler.
No.
How about Brown?
Yes.
Acuff.
Brown is not better than him right now, or a cup.
He's not, but it's fine.
No.
He was out here thinking about Boozer, so it's cool. We're just gonna let him get this off.
He did that. We did just kind of skim over that. But anyway, as you were
I
saying,
mean,
Penn,
I want to be clear. I am projecting 2 months ahead to training camp. So when training camp opens, when they play the first meaningful basketball, yes, I do think Brown will be better. If not better, then he'll be on that level.
How can you project
No.
that? I thought we were just
Fleming.
going off what we saw in the summer league.
Yes.
how about the kid Johnson? I think he's better than him. He was better than him at Michigan.
I think Morez will be better.
You think Morez will be better? Even though, okay, all right. How about Burries?
Yes.
Mara?
Nope.
Amen?
Nope.
Steinbach?
Yup.
Swain?
Nope.
Okay, Sturts?
No.
Okay, so as of right now, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You said you didn't like Flemings. You like Morez. So 7. Burries. You like him?
I said yes to Flemings.
You did? Okay, so
We're at
you like
9.
So
We're at 9 plus Steinbach. That's 10.
Okay, so we're at 9 plus Steinbach, so that's 10.
Wait, you
I
didn't
mean,
ask about Alan Graves. Don't forget about Alan Graves. You
Alan
asked about
Graves, yes.
There you go, 11.
you do like Alan Graves from Santa Clara.
Yup.
Okay. How about the kid Lopez that Detroit
Nope.
took that's
Hell
in
no.
Memphis? No.
Hell no.
How
And
about
then
the
there
kid-
will be one more player after this. I don't know who that player is.
That's what I was about to say. How about the kid from Philly?
No. Phylon?
Cam Carr, Chris Sinak, Bruce Thornton, Malik Thomas. Any of those names?
Malik might be like Malik or Cam or Chris Sinak or Quentin if he's healthy. One of those players within very short order will be on that level. My point is simply put, if you draft a 24-year-old, damn near 24-year-old on training camp and he ends up being a top 14 player in this draft and you picked him 13th, to me, that's a failure. That's how I see it. But you know what? You think you're going to get there a little bit faster because you picked an older guy.
That makes
I just
a lot
don't.
of sense.
I mean, look, man, like the appeal is obvious, right? Like we're going towards positionless basketball. We like guys who can guard a lot of different positions. I think he's a pretty reasonable defender across 3 to 4 positions. So I think I get the upside. I get it, right?
Yeah, but let's stay based though. Like let's stay grounded right now. You know what I'm saying? Like let's stay where we're supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many of these players picked after Yaxel help the Warriors more than he does in the next 2 seasons? That's the question that matters.
Right. Very few. from the
Can
perspective
you name any?
picked after him that would help the.
After Yaxel.
I'm gonna run down
that helped
some.
the
I'm gonna run down
Warriors,
some
that
names
helped-
for you,
that
Ben.
helped- Let me just make sure you understand the question.
Chill. I know the draft.
Picked after Yaxel.
Yep.
How many players are going to help the Warriors more than him starting this October for the next 2 seasons?
Steinbeck, Graves.
Okay, so this wasn't that bad of a draft. You can only, I mean, they didn't do that bad then. Like, this isn't that big a deal.
Those two guys are 19 and 20 years old. You picked a 24-year-old, and I'm saying that these guys will be better than him
Yes,
over the
that's
next 2
two
years.
guys. That's two guys out of 100. So it's like they did good. They did good.
Okay.
We still got to, but I think the divide with you and me, Penn, is that we still have to see.
They did a good.
I still have now. I understand where you are when it comes to guys like Duarte. When it comes to when it comes to guys like that. But I mean, so be clear. I mean, Pascal Siakam was 22 years old when he showed up. Right? It wasn't like Pascal Siakam was 19 when he was 22 years.
And he was picked 27th. He was supposed to pick. He was supposed to be picked in the 40s. Joe.
And I bet you, knowing what we know today, he would have been a top 5 pick in the draft.
He would have been a top 2 pick in that draft.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So I mean, because he was a quick study. I mean, he got drafted in what, 16?
Yep.
He got drafted in 16. Like what, 19? He's an integral part of that championship group.
16 or 17.
Yeah,
Anyways,
he got drafted in 16. Like 19, he's an integral part of that group. By 21, I think he's on the All-Star team. So within 5 years, he's an All-Star, right? So if we can get Yaxel, who has shown over the last couple of years that I can pick this stuff up pretty quickly because he showed it playing organized basketball. So if that's true, then what's to say that he won't be able to pick up this stuff pretty quickly with the Golden State Warriors and be a quick study, and we end up getting an all-rookie Yaxel, and then in 2 years we get a borderline all-star.
Before you answer that question, though, Pin, I just want to remind y'all that Yaxel it's a very intriguing topic. We do have other players in the summer league, and let's not forget that we're supposed to be talking about the 10 things we learned from the NBA summer league, not just Yaxel. There's a bunch of guys. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We could start there. Real talk. What's your takeaway? We were all supposed to come up with 5 takeaways from summer league. We'll keep going around until we get to 10. So real talk. What was your takeaway from summer league? Let's get off this Yaxel Island.
For me, I'll stick with my team. Adou needs to play this season, JJ Redick. I don't care. I don't care if he makes mistakes. We have to play him through the mistakes. You have to build his confidence. But with such lack of depth at the wing position on the Lakers, Adou has to play. He just has to. He's a great athlete. Showed a little off the dribble juice as well. Obviously can, defend multiple positions, stuff like that. Now, obviously, we also want to see him get better as a shooter. But, young players, to me, in my opinion, or from my experience, Chill, you just don't get better by sitting down all the time. Like, you have to have some in-game reps.
You got to get in the ring and get punched in the face.
You got to get in there.
Yeah, we got to get in the ring and get punched in the face. That's a fact.
Sitting down watching only does so much. At a certain point, you got to get in there with real minutes against real NBA talent and really see where you are as an NBA player. And then that's how you also produce. I remember when we started finally playing Max Christie, Chill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the fan base was like, hey, we know it's going to be a little rocky. It's going to be a little shaky from time to time. But this is an archetypal player that we need to be playing. This is a two-way guard at the 2 that is athletic. We don't have that whatsoever. And he has promise as a three-point shooter as well. We have to play him. And did he get lost from time to time? Did we have some bad moments? Yes. But the more he played, the more he got to get it together. And right before the AD trade, Max Christie was actually part of one of our best 5-man lineups between, I believe, Austin Reeves, LeBron.
I did not hate Max Christie in your lineup. I didn't hate it.
Who was it? I forgot the 5th person now at the time, but he was part of the best 5-man lineups. So we have to play Adou Theroux. We have to do the same thing.
Do you like him? Because when I think about the timeline, do you like him more than Carr in terms of the timeline?
They're the same age.
I don't
Almost.
know.
I'm sorry.
Carr is-
Let me rephrase the question. When you clearly like this guy, I like Carr because I think Carr. You guys know how I am about transition players. I think Carr's going to thrive with Luka. I don't think he's going to be good. I think he's going to thrive with Luka. He's another one of those guys that I think should play right now. Like I don't think that this is a process over like
Why do they have
3
to pick
years.
between these two players, Joe? They can both play. They don't really play the same position.
No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying though is in Los Angeles, like we can't waste any of Luka's years. So
Oh, no.
what we have to do is we got to be productive now. And who is going to be the most
You
productive?
doing the Curry
now?
gimmick again? Fuck.
Well, no, I mean, Ben, we have to have him sign an extension. I mean, that is for sure.
That's
that
fair.
is, to me, that is top of the priority list. If you're the Lakers brass right now, you're the Lakers front office.
They appealed to him
Luka Doncic
everything
signed
that he wanted this offseason. They gave him, right? He wanted this big, and he wanted Mamu, and he wanted this, and they gave it to him. So hopefully there's an agreement here of we give you what you want, you sign with an iconic franchise. I put something on your mind, Joe, about Adou Thiero, which is kind of cool. From Kentucky to Arkansas, he followed the same coach. He didn't flirt with the transfer portal. He didn't dance around too much because he believed that this coach was going to make him better, and he was right. So across 3 years in collegiate basketball, his true shooting percentage went like this: 51.5, 57.2, 60.5. I like that improvement. It's very linear with him. You could look at any metric you want other than 3-point shooting, and he got better and better. Look at his box plus minus in college: 2.4, 2.8, 4.5, 10.6. Better every year. More stories about him include he changed his vertical leap significantly in college.
Yep.
He boosted his vertical leap. If I remember that interview correctly, by 6 or 7 inches. He boosted his vertical leap between freshman season and junior season. So
that's impressive.
This is a guy who has shown me that he gets in the lab and he gets better. I felt very similarly about Peyton Watson when he was coming out of UCLA after averaging like 3 points per game. That's why you draft these guys where you draft them, because they've shown you a consistent track record of getting better.
Right.
There's no like dips and valleys. Oh, these 2 years, this guy kind of fucked off and didn't do anything. And then this 1 year he got way better. And then the next year he regressed. No, like this guy's showing you, I grow like clockwork. Invest in me. You know what I mean? These guys are all stocks. If you want to get very, anti-emotional about it, right? Cameron Carr is a stock. Adou Thiero is a stock. Yaxel Landberg is a stock. You as a company or as an organization are buying into this stock. And if this stock is showing you that they are consistent, that they are, going to put in the work, that they're going to report results, and they're going to, consistently grow at that level, then I think you want to be in that business.
Wouldn't that be
I
the
also
same
think
logic?
that Adou Thiero went to college originally as a point guard at like 6'2", if I'm not mistaken. Somebody chat correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he went to college like strictly as a point guard and then had a late sprout up to 6'7". And now I think he's also just trying to manage being, in this new body of his, you know what I'm saying? But that also means to me, Chill, that guard skills and ball skills are there, because you don't get to Kentucky as a guard and you can't dribble, shoot, pass.
If you
That's a high level, it's high Division I college basketball.
Sure.
You don't get there if you're not good at that. So if he can find, again, and this is actually funny because we were talking about the last episode about these players scaling up and why are they going to reserve all of their skill set. It turns out Adou sprouted up and dead ass got worse. So I mean, hey, maybe we was on to something with that. But
you being 6'7", maybe you should have stayed at 6'4", 6'3". That would have helped.
Real talk. He was 5'10". He was 5'10" as a freshman in high school. I think he got to about 6'3", 6'4" before he got to college, and then by the draft he was 6'8". So
the reason why I'd asked the question about him and Carr is because Carr showed me a significant improvement. He's in Tennessee and he's rotting on the bench. He's barely playing. Like when I say barely playing, Penn, I mean you can fact check this. I don't think he was starting. That's number one. He gets to Baylor and he's playing significant minutes, and he's almost like a 20 a game guy at a major league. So if in a system where they're maximizing his strengths, like what was going on at Baylor, what does that tell me about how much better he can be, right? So again, I think that Adou, and I'm definitely on Real Talk's page when it comes to Adou playing, especially with the summer league being what it is. I feel like when we have these guys in the summer league, we have to see what we got immediately. Like, what are we waiting on with these guys? If this guy isn't going to play, why do we have him around? There's no reason, because we could find a vet for a little bit of money to have on the floor. I just feel like when it comes to guys like Adou, guys like Carr, I mean, let's find out what we got immediately, because I don't want to waste any time with Luka. I don't want to waste.
And I love Carr though. I love that is a number one knockdown shooter. Yeah. That is real shot making talent right there. That's going to be the best shooter we've had. Well, let me not say that, because the last person we said that about ended up being ass. So let me not even put
Austin Reeves still on the roster too, Real Talk. Like, damn.
I'm not talking about Austin. We said that about Dalton. Oh my God, we got our Klay Thompson. This nigga's gonna be out the league. So let me not put that on it. But Cam Carr,
another older guy who got drafted.
Yeah,
funny.
He was. Yes,
who was getting busy for a while, and then it just went off.
Yeah, he was good for like those 12 games.
It just went the other way. Like, I'm not really sure what happened there, but
I don't either. He shouldn't be that bad.
I don't understand what happened.
I don't understand.
He was for real, Mars.
I don't understand.
Like, he was getting busy.
I was never that high on Dalton Connect.
Could you imagine Dalton Connect's exit interview with JJ Redick, and the first question is, "Why are you so bad? You should be better."
That's probably what it is.
The one thing he could do though, Mars, was like he was an aggressive, confident scorer. Like at the least bit, he can put ball in basket kind of well. And then that left, and then it's like, oh yeah, you can't do anything else. You can't defend. You just can't. You're a can't man.
I think,
and that's not a place you want to be.
You can't.
Yeah.
Penn, I think that one of the things that I saw in the summer league, positional versatility. Like I see guys, and I think to myself, maybe you should be doing something else than that right there. Like this kid Wagler. I think he's a 2-guard. I don't think he's a lead guard. I think he should be playing off the ball. I don't think he should be playing with the ball. I think that they got their lead guard, not just because they have their lead guard in Darius Garland. Even if they didn't, I think he looks to me like somebody that should be playing off the basketball. And I think that I probably wouldn't have seen that had in the summer league they not put him in spaces where he could play off the ball. I think he could be really productive off the ball, very much so. I also saw
very good moments,
and I also saw it.
Bad ones.
If you remember, if you guys remember, when Russ showed up, like Russ showed up playing the 2, they put him at the 1 when he was playing in the summer league, right? So I say that to say positional versatility in the summer league is definitely something that I learned, and I pay attention to see where a guy could potentially be better.
It's interesting. With the World Cup yesterday, I was looking into. I've been every single day. I try to learn 2 hours about football, world football, not American football.
Yep.
And I've just been trying to learn about positions and like trying to see the game a little bit better as I'm seeing like, okay, like how does the false 9 being in this position impact the pitch? Like all this stuff is so interesting to me because I think it helps me understand basketball a little bit better too. I think anytime you can understand a different sport even reasonably well, it'll help you understand your own sport way better. And one of the things that I'm noticing is positional versatility is a massive thing in football right now.
Mm-hmm.
Massive, right? Can your wingers go back and still capably defend? Can they, like, how far down the pitch are you able to play man-to-man with Messi? Like, are you even comfortable in this part of the field? And I think this is somewhat similar to what's happening in basketball right now, and where teams are really over investing in guys who can guard 3 to 4 positions. There are guys who are picked in this draft who can't guard one position.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
I mean, Darius Acuff is 1. Yeah, he's 1, but he's not the only one. And so, yeah, like I think this has to matter. Like going forward, it has to matter in terms of like how teams are building out. Because if you have 4 guys on the court or even 5 guys on the court who can guard 2-3 positions, that is a massive cheat code. And I think we're seeing this in terms of like success across the league. You know, the teams that are winning championships now almost always have one or two of these guys. You know, we saw OG win it, saw J-Dub win it. These are very similar types of players, defensively at least. You know, this all utility wing. And so yeah, like I think this archetype might be probably like projected top 10, top 12 pick going forward. And I think this archetype, what OG did and what J-Dub did, I think is a reason why Yaxel Lenderberg went as high as he did, because there are similarities here.
I mean, yeah, a 6'4" to 6'9", 6'10", good athlete, basketball player. I mean, it's always been the dream. Yaxel, to me, I made a tweet and people was on my ass about it but I wasn't even saying that. I said he looks like PJ Washington to me. Not saying that they play similar. I'm not saying that they. I just said he looks
like his brother
to me. He looks like
he could be related to him. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, he looks like another 6'7", 6'8".
He reminds him of
around.
him.
You know what I'm saying? That was it. People was like,
do you hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
He's better than
like,
PJ Washington.
So it's interesting you bring that up, real talk, because when I say that, like, people automatically think that you think that he is this guy, when in reality, you just see him and he reminds me of said player. He reminds me of this guy. That doesn't mean that he is PJ Washington, but when I see him, he reminds me of PJ Washington. It's like you see another player, and like when I said about Anthony Edwards, when I saw Anthony Edwards, he reminded me of Mitch Richmond, except a better athlete. I was like, wow, that's who he reminded me of. Does that mean he is Mitch Richmond? No, that doesn't mean that at all. But that's who he reminded me of. But the thing that I did recognize in the Summer League, that I don't really take a lot of stock in the Summer League MVPs of the championship game. That really doesn't hold a lot of weight with me. Like the Summer League, the Summer League, I mean, this is why I would like to see more guys play in the Summer League for this specific reason. For this, the reason why I'm Mars is because like Yaxel wins the championship game MVP. I think. Oh, why am I drawing a blank? I think Mobley won it one year. Not Evan Mobley, his brother, by the way. The kid from Miami. Yeah, his brother won it. The kid from Miami, Christopher, he won it one year. Like these are the guys. These are the guys that I'm thinking about when I think about the Summer League, right? And that's why I would like to see more guys play in it, off the strength that it would hold a little bit more weight for me because they played against better competition, if that makes any sense.
Well, the Grizzlies had a good team, and that's who the Warriors beat. So
the Grizzlies did have a really good team. Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
Let's get our hater shit off. Who was the worst player you saw among the rookie class in the Summer League? Because I swear to God. Yeah, Dalen Swain was horrible. Isaiah Evans was horrible.
That's
too.
who I thought. Yes, that's what I was thinking.
I don't think it's possible to be.
And I just want to say, Alex Caravan was trash too.
Mars the kid,
and that's an older guy who was picked in the first round. Sorry, I'm gonna keep my ageist hating on today the entire way through. Y'all gonna have to kick me off.
No, the kid from Brooklyn, Isaiah, that with the Duke. That's the one that went to Duke.
Yeah, well, he's in Minnesota, but Isaiah Evans, he's in Minnesota.
Yeah, it was either him or the kid that was in Brooklyn who couldn't make a shot. Why am I?
They got a few of them, but the one I'm thinking of is Ben Seraph, but he's a second-year player.
Not him.
Or he's like Drake Powell, but he's also a second-year
garbage.
Player. Yeah, he's
but from this draft, probably because to be honest with you, I did expect more from Isaiah Evans. I expected a better shooter. I did. I expected more control with the basketball, and I didn't really get that. And
that's the Minnesota draft pick, right?
Yeah, it's either him or Mara. I was disappointed in Mara. I thought I was going to get more from Mara.
I'll give you some names of like just players who look.
He's not going to suck. I'm going on record saying that.
I didn't say he sucked. I said he was soft. He looked soft. Play soft.
Yeah. I'll give you some names that that really, like, among the rookie class, and I'm not just talking drafted guys, I'm talking about guys who are 2026 draft class that just looked absolutely awful to me. Isaiah Evans is one. Keyshawn Hall is two. Dalen Swain. It pains me to say this. Jaden Bradley. Holy crap, Jaden Bradley. The worst point guard I've ever seen in Summer League in my life. Like, it's bad. It's Jesus Christ. Like, he does not know how to run an offense. He don't know how to make a layup. He don't know how to hit a three. He just completely trash. And I hope he works on it. Christian Anderson, low key, was terrible.
It's another older guy, by the way. Jaden Bradley is another older guy.
Jaden Bradley was an older guy, but he was picked 50th for a reason. Alex Caravan was awful. And Terrace Reed, not great. I did not love what I saw from Terrace Reed. Joshua Jefferson wasn't great either. Nate Ament, Keaton Wagler. I think these are some names of like players who just kind of low key sucked. And then there are players on the cusp who were just like, they had moments, but they were really inefficient. Guys like Chris Senac, Darius Acuff. These guys had moments. Darren Peterson.
I feel like you and Mars both set me up on a date with this kid Sturts, only to find out that, I wasn't impressed.
Chill. You talking about the OKC guard? I heard Mars give this breakdown.
I was really looking forward to him. I wasn't impressed.
He will be fine.
I wasn't impressed.
So I checked it out a little bit.
I also wasn't impressed. Yeah,
it was like, he looks like, I'm not going to tell you, but he looked like, cool. Cool.
You know what? I'm just going to pretend I wasn't driving the Sturts hype train the entire.
That's what he looked like.
Okay, I'm going to pretend that I wasn't driving the Sturts hype train the entire way through, and just tell you that's another older guy. There you go. That's another older guy who got picked. Yeah, he's 23 years old.
I mean, I'm not going.
He's fine. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, he's actually not gonna be good for KC because he struggled in.
He's fine.
I'm not gonna do that.
But yeah,
look, man, all the point guards struggled.
Very good.
All the point guards struggled. Okay, look, there was a 4-point guard kind of cluster. There was Bennett Sturts, LeBaron Philon, Ibuka, Corey, and Christian Anderson. This was like the hotly debated zone of which point guard goes number one. I think they all kind of sucked. I'll be honest, all of them. And in fact, if I'm looking at it, Jaden Bradley is another guy who was in that sort of mold, and he sucked. So, I mean, he sucked worse than all of them times 10. But seriously, like, I think a lot of the rookie point guards struggled. Why? Because I think a lot of the rookie point guards are used to organize basketball, and this shit ain't organized basketball.
No.
What about who's the guard in Milwaukee?
Braden Burris.
Oh, he was the best player.
He was nice.
League. He was the best player in Summer League.
That's who the Clippers thought Wagler was. I don't know. I don't know what the sign. Not
you
as far as
Wagler
play style.
haters, man.
Not as far as play style. I'm saying these players that are able to figure it out and create space while not being like supreme athletes. Because when I watch Burt, he's not some outstanding athlete either, but he can consistently find ways to create separation and get a shot off. And it's like, how is he able to operate that and find ways to do that consistently, whereas Wagler had a hard time doing that? Now, I do think, to Chill's point though, I think Wagler found some more success, maybe being off the ball a little bit. Maybe that helps him, you know what I'm saying? But I always find that interesting on how some non-athletes find ways to be so effective, and what exactly is the separator between non-athletes being able to operate functionally on a basketball court. I don't know.
Well, there's levels to non-athletes. That's like step one. You can be a subpar athlete, and then you can be the worst athlete in the league, and there's a discrepancy. I also think some people are over-indexing on like the Lakers game that Keaton Wagler had and like his first game. Like overall, he wasn't as bad as people are saying, especially like you said, once he started being used more off the ball, because that's where you see him. Like if you give him a slight advantage, then he can like kind of play out of it. So I don't think Keaton Wagler was that bad, but Braden Burris is also just a lot stronger than Keaton Wagler.
Stronger for sure. Yeah.
So strength-based creation can still remedy some of the gap like that you don't have in terms of explosiveness. And also he was just playing well. Like, I still think Keaton Wagler is probably the better player, but Braden Murray is just playing well, so you gotta still like tip your cap. But I don't think this is like proof that the Clippers got the pick wrong because of Braden Murray's. But Braden Murray is good, but
I do think it's interesting. I do think it's interesting when you have these like sort of backcourt pairings, and now you see them apart, and you see who's who a little bit. And I'm not saying 5-6 games of summer league should be gospel, but you look at Braden Murray's Jaden Bradley, right? A backcourt, and then you get a notion of it. Same thing with Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas. That's a backcourt, and you get a notion of one without the other. And I'm gonna tell you right now, hot take: Malik Thomas was so much better, so much better. And you know what's interesting? This was right there on the tape. Every time he played without Darius Acuff, he went insane. Every time. So
since we
but how many times is that though?
Like all of his minutes without him on the court, his scoring rate just jumped through the roof. He played better on the ball. So it's just like, I think if you're a scout, you're over indexing for those minutes, and you're like, okay, well, what if we just give him the ball and see what he does? I don't know.
I'm surprised Malik Thomas didn't go round one. I had my concerns with like the explosiveness, but not going round one. Like Alex Caravan going round one, but Malik Thomas going round two is definitely interesting to me.
I heard
he might have been the best player in summer league, to be honest.
I'm sorry, was that the Sacramento Kings taking another older prospect over the clearly better younger prospect? Yeah, it was Sacramento Kings. Shoutouts, always.
They did do that. I wasn't impressed with Darius Acuff, to be honest with you. I'll be lying.
Honestly, if you're gonna take an older prospect, take Baba Miller, bro. Baba Miller was dope.
Darius Acuff looked kind of how I thought he would look.
Yeah, like he got work to do. He's got a lot of work to do. I don't like. Yeah. I don't like the separation that he creates. I don't like his ball. I don't like his ball handling, his decision making in terms of shot creation or in terms of shot taking is definitely suspect. And we got work to do in that area. I definitely would like to see him pass the ball a little bit more. Get off the pill, young fella. Please get off the pill. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't shoot, because I do care about league guards being able to knock down open shots. But my man, you do not have to shoot the basketball every time you touch it. No, you don't. You can definitely get off the pill. So he's got some work to do. And again, Mars, I'm not, and the summer league has never really been a scale for me in terms of how good a player is going to be, but it gives me some indication sometimes about what a player could be.
Don't worry, Isaiah Mobley MVP coming in 10 years. I will say this though. Like, to me, like, the summer league is really about the guys on the cusp, on the fringe, and on the return, right? Summer league is for guys who were overlooked in the draft process, maybe went undrafted, maybe, like the Fred VanVleets of the world, right? They go undrafted, the Austin Reeves of the world. And this is kind of like a coming out party. Like, okay, now I get to go up against the guy who's the top 10 pick, the top 15 pick. Let me show what I can do against this guy. Of those guys, I got to tell you, some of them stuck out. Nick Martinelli. I'm going to give a shout out to some players that I think, shout outs to you guys if you were big summer league geeks like I was. I watched as many games as I possibly could. I'm not saying these guys were undrafted, but they were overlooked in the draft process. Emmanuel Sharp from Houston. I really liked Emmanuel Sharp throughout this entire process. Bruce Thornton, again, a little bit later, just great for the Houston Rockets. I thought he was pesky, picked up,
That's the kid that if I'm not mistaken, Thornton that you was talking about, if I'm not mistaken, 6'2". If he didn't like the all-time leading scorer in Big
6 foot, but yeah,
he's a legit 6'2".
And I think he's the all-time leading scorer in Big Ten history, something like that. Like, when I hear stuff like that, and yes, I'm a little bit older. When I hear stuff like that, I'm thinking, the leading scorer in the Big Ten, that's Big Dog. That's Chris Webber. Like, that's Glenn Rice. Like, this guy didn't get drafted.
Thornton. Yeah, no, he was second round. First pick in the second round.
When I say didn't get drafted, Miles, I'm talking about. I mean, that guy's a lot. That guy's a lot.
That stuff was definitely a bigger deal back.
It was. It clearly isn't today. Sure. It clearly is not. Really like if you played 3 years at Ohio State and averaged 20 a game for 3 years, like, nobody don't care about that. What we do care about
college to the NBA was a more one-to-one translation
It was.
34 years ago. So if you were great in college, you were more confident that they'd be great in the NBA. Nowadays, there's a lot of contingencies and other factors from great college seasons. It's why people were hesitant on a guy like Cam Boozer, who was probably the best player in college basketball, but he doesn't go number one, despite maybe 30 years ago. Maybe he does because he had such a great dominant college season.
Sure.
But you got the other factors, the foot speed, the athleticism, the explosiveness, all of those things. So Zach Edey, best player in the country, but goes number 9. Luka Garza, best player in the country. I don't even know where he got drafted. Like, that's just not something that would have happened maybe like 34 years ago. But respectfully, I feel like there was a lot more busts back then as well. So
There were.
I think scouting and drafting has gotten a lot better. So
Garza
I
got
think it
drafted
works
late in
out.
the second round. He was the 52nd pick in the second round.
Janai Baroum is another one. He was a really good college player. And
Yes, he was.
But I did not see the translation with him, Mars. When I seen him at Auburn,
Neither did I. Yeah,
I just didn't see it. He wasn't very athletic. He was slow-footed. He didn't get off the ground. I'm thinking, like, how is this going to translate to the league? So when he plays the 3, because he was 6'8", I think he measured at 6'8", something like that, 6'7", 6'8". So I'm like, okay, that's a 3 in the league. So if that's gonna happen, this dude's slow-footed, not very athletic, doesn't jump very high. He's limited offensively in terms of skill set. Like, he plays on the box a lot. How is this going to translate to the league when we got dudes doing this when he doesn't do that at all? No, I don't think so at all.
That's that Philly pick.
mm-hmm.
Oscar
Yes.
Tshiebwe,
Oh, the guy that couldn't get off the
Tshiebwe
ground.
is the
I jump
poster
higher
child
than him.
for what you're talking
Right
about.
now.
Yes, you do. Real talk. Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
Right
my guy
now, I jump
Tshiebwe,
higher.
man. If it was 09, he would have got drafted number 2. But shit happens.
I was a big Oscar
I
Tshiebwe
feel like
fan
that's a
too. I thought
shot
that-
at like Emeka Okafor or some shit. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, all that like
No.
big out of high school and college production matter. I remember, to me, that stopped mattering, at least
Sheldon
from
Williams.
my index.
That's when it stopped mattering.
Y'all remember what's that man name? Derek Williams. I want to say that was
The number 2
Yes,
pick in
from
2010?
Arizona. Mhm.
from Arizona. He went to
Mhm.
Minnesota, I believe, and
Mhm.
he was like another one of these players that didn't really have an NBA position. It was like, oh, he's a 3-4.
Oh, the old
But
school
it's like,
tweeners. The old school
the
tweeners.
tweeners, and it was like, yeah, you can't keep drafting those players because they
The
have a
Jared
big college career.
Stallingers.
Yeah, like he got to the league and he wasn't big enough to stay at the 4, but then he didn't have enough perimeter skill to stay at the 3. So it's like, well, and then who is he guarding? The 3 or the 4? That was up in the air. I was like, damn, you can't just go like draft off of, oh, this is a really good college player. It has to, what is his role in the NBA? That's more important than anything. And I also think that
Thomas
college,
Robinson was like that as well.
he was. That's another.
You could
good
not
one.
tell me that wasn't Karl Malone 2.0.
The beat. Yeah,
I was convinced. I was
Thomas
convinced to
Robinson?
him. I thought he was Karl Malone 2.0.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I thought he was. Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
like, I just think,
someone get chill in the scouting room, man. Come on,
man,
someone get
I
chill
think
in the
people have
scouting-
just stopped like
Man.
dazzling themselves over raw athletic output. Tyrus Thomas, Stromile Swift, this entire archetype of player has just kind of moved down the first round. And now the player goes 25th, 26th. If you can jump
Trevon
out of the
Brazile.
gym, Trevon Brazil to Christinak, you should write a book. It would be an Amazon, bestseller. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
We were just going around the room trying to get takeaways. Nate Biddle is really good. That's one of my takeaways. Nate Biddle is awesome. Now, this kid comes into high school he comes out of high school as a McDonald's All-American, 5-star recruit, consensus 5-star recruit, a center who has athletic upside. And then, he puts on a lot of weight. He gets injured a little bit. He stayed at Oregon. He went undrafted, Joe. But this is a big who can really shoot. And this is
That's
a
a good
big who
thing.
can block shots.
Yep, that's
Like-
a good thing.
He blocked 6 shots in his first half of Summer League basketball.
Yes.
It's
I love
ridiculous.
that. I
And the
love that.
most impressive thing about him is not just that he can, make it up and down the court. It's that he really sees the game. Like, he made passes that I haven't seen any center in Raptors Summer League history make. He was so impressive. And for a team that lacked a point guard of any consequence, the fact that he was able to play make, he was like, I was calling him Nikola Bidelovic out there. You know, he was doing like little, Jokic shit out there. Like, I'm very impressed. If he doesn't get a two-way with the Raptors, I hope he ends up somewhere. He's awesome. He's really good.
I do like the fact that Malawach played in the summer league. Yes,
Yep.
Mars.
I was going to bring him up. Nice.
Yeah, I do like the fact that Malawach
Very
played, and I like the fact that they've made a point of emphasis of involving him in the offense at the high post and giving him more leeway to work in that area. Because he actually looked in the summer league, he actually looked a lot more comfortable than I thought he would look at that right elbow, at that left elbow. Last year, he looked like a fish out of water. Like, come get this basketball. There's no reason why I should have a ball in my hands. I don't do dribble handoffs. I'm not a face-up player. He looked a lot more comfortable playing in that space. And on defense, he looked like he's picking up some things. He looked like he shifted a lot more in pick and roll and pick and dive. He looks like he's getting better as a rebounder. So this is the stuff that I'm talking about when I talk about, playing in summer league. It's not for everybody, but the fact that Malawach played, I like the fact that he was out there, and it looks like he gave them some productive minutes for Phoenix.
I think
I'm out there launching threes now. That was cool.
Yes.
Like, among the sophomore standouts, to me, Kobe Sanders, Will Richard, Cedric Coward, Julio Gonzalez had a lot of good moments. Although the refs treating him like he's SGA out there, but that's cool. Javon
He better
Small,
be SG damn A out there holding up a Giannis trade. He better be SGA next year in Boston. I will forever remember whatever that was, and I don't even care if it was fake or not. Just the fact that it was out. Oh, Hugo Gonzalez held up a Giannis trade. Okay, well, you better go out there and hoop then, young brother.
Hugo,
shout out to Hugo.
Come on, real talk. Hugo Gonzalez cannot hold up the Giannis trade.
It's Hugo. We got to learn the man's name. He's about to be a future MVP.
It's not Hugo. It's Hugo. It's Hugo Gonzalez.
We ain't learned Giannis' name till he actually won the MVP. So shit.
Okay.
Jace Richardson.
Jace Richardson. Shout out to Orlando fans.
He first stepped in the game. They were calling him Antetokounmpo. Like, come on, man.
That's not his name, Moss. That is not his name. No.
You gotta be some in the league before people learn
the hell? What, my boy, hey, the kid from Milwaukee, Antetokounmpo. No, Reg, that's not his name. No, let's try again. It's not Antetokounmpo. No, that's not his name. How do you say it? I don't even know how to say it, but I know that's not how you say it.
Antetokounmpo.
No, that's not how you say it.
I don't know the answer. I just know that one wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I think Yegor Diaman deserves a little bit more shine. Mars, how did this guy become so much better? Because it's night and day.
Weight room. That's how weight room.
Because he could not finish in the paint at all. BYU couldn't get past this man launching, settled jump shots. Last year in the NBA, he progressed a lot as a jump shooter. But once again, the question was, does he get to the valuable real estate on the court? This year, he lived in the valuable real estate on the court in Summer League. He was awesome. He's really genuinely like the best player on his team by far.
It was a complete inverse from last year's Summer League, which is cool. Because for second year players, I try to view Summer League as like development. So like, I want to see you doing stuff that maybe you struggled with as a rookie, instead of just honing in on what you were already good at. Like, if you can't get your strengths off in Summer League in year 2 or year 3, respect Cody Williams. Respectfully,
yeah,
I'm good, Mars. I'm straight.
Hang up. Like, I don't know. It might
straight.
be over for you. It might be good. But if you can then address your year 1 weaknesses, year 2 weaknesses, and make them look viable in a Summer League setting, that to me is a good thing. Unless that strength is like, for the most part, 3-point shooting. I don't know. Some of that's a little bit fake.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But like, if you had like a weakness with like your handle or like getting downhill, whatever the case may be, and then you go to Summer League and you're like able to get that off, I think that's good. So Yegor look good. I think their backcourt of the future is looking nice. I was critical of the Yegor pick at 8 last year because I thought that was a reach based on what I saw at BYU. But based on what he looks like he might be turning himself into, one of their picks in the first round worked out. Good on them.
You know, a guy
They
that
can't bust on all of them. They didn't.
Yeah,
They
just
didn't.
80% of them. Yeah, just 80%.
A guy that I just tuned in every once and again. My guy, man, I thought we was going to show out, man.
Oh,
Neek.
Yeah.
Neek, man, come on, man. We're supposed to be getting better. Neek Clifford, to me,
Another
he
older guy.
Oh,
yes, that is true. He should have been one of the best players. He should have been a standout this year, and he.
But again, Pin, we're not talking about like these guys. The summer league isn't indicative to what we're gonna have come regular season and playoff. Like this is not the metric here. This is just we're getting a sneak peek of what they could possibly be, right? So, like, I'm trying to make sense. Like, why did Ace Bailey play in the summer league? Like, I think Trey Johnson.
Good.
So we could go out there and try to do KD simulator. Every time he was out there, that's all he was doing.
And he didn't even play that much, Mars.
Oh my god. Yeah, he was dealing with back spasms or whatever it was, so he didn't play a whole lot. Anytime Ace Bailey was on the court, it was KD simulator. It was ridiculous.
Same thing with Trey Johnson.
He was playing defense though. The defense was good.
Trey Johnson is another one who I'm trying to make sense of. Like Trey only played one game, and
he showed he was too good for summer league in one game. To be fair,
I mean, he cracked the long ball a couple of times, and I mean, he didn't
he
shoot
had
the
like
long
28. Chill. I don't know what you want to. He had like 28, and he was just making every jumper.
I'm on record.
Being out here?
Like I said, I'm on record saying it. I think he's the starting two guard. I know how y'all feel about that kid George, but I think it's Trey. But that's neither here nor there. But since we're on the subject of starting something, how about I start these super chats? And that is Mr. Tupac Westside said, "Morning, fellas. Real happy with how LA looked in summer league. Carr and can you please say his name real talk? Thero. Mm-hmm. Carr and Thero look ready for real rotation minutes, and the other guys look solid too. With the free agent hiring new development staff." Free agent. I'm sorry. With the front office hiring new development staff, I like our future. I do too.
I still don't like that we don't have Phil anymore. Phil to me was a big
Phil Handy.
Yeah, Phil Handy. Mm-hmm. Well, to me he was a big part of like Austin Reeves' development for sure.
Yep.
He's been one of the best development guys in the league now for some time, or at least skill guys.
Is he in Dallas? I think.
I do not know where Phil.
I think he is in Dallas. If I'm not mistaken,
Phil Handy.
Dallas or Orlando.
He should still be in LA. That's really the problem.
To your point, he really should be.
Dallas, yeah.
He's in Dallas.
Fun fact: he was also in Toronto the year they won the championship.
Well, the reason why he was in Toronto, I got another fun fact for you. Remember the guy that we met in Indiana, my man Roy? So Roy was in England.
I'm the only one who remembers. You guys weren't there.
Mars was there.
Correct.
So my friend Roy, he was in England and he played with Phil Handy. And who was the head coach for the Manchester Giants? It was Nick Nurse. Yes, sir. So that's how we ended up with that kind of with that pipeline. But to your point, real talk, Phil Handy is definitely one of the better development guys in the league. And I think that if he was on that Lakers staff, I think guys like Carr, I think Thero, I think Dalton Connect could possibly benefit from a guy like.
He's a development guru. He's not a magician.
And you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what you can get with guys like that. You would be.
I am just not convinced that Dalton Connect can't.
Me neither. Real
be
talk.
An NBA player.
Me neither.
I'm sorry. Now maybe it's a confidence thing or I don't know, but it's not like he lacks physical traits. He has those, and he has a skill that is NBA level to me, which is jump shooting. I think he's an NBA level jump shooter, right? I think you get drafted off. Most people have at least one NBA trait, one strong one. Either really good ball handler, decision maker, really good shooter, real NBA great athlete, tier one like his to me was jump shooting. Now maybe that's a mental thing that he has to get over, confidence thing, but there's no way that Dalton Connect can't be a rotation player in the league.
I think a lot of it too had to do, real talk, with like that stretch that we were talking about that he had his rook season, and like he was getting busy 14, 27, 37, 17, 9 and 7, 20, 20, Well, he was playing significant minutes during that time, 26 minutes, 37 minutes, 38 minutes, 39 minutes. So he was getting run. So if you're getting run like that, your confidence level is going to go up, as opposed to I'm only playing, to your point, like the games when he was like not playing a lot, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes and stuff like that. Well, I'm not really going to be able to do much out here. So it was kind of a roller coaster with him. If I know for a fact that I'm going to be out here for 25, 30 minutes every night, and I know that I'm gonna get set amount of shots or set plays ran for me, I think that there's a confidence that a lot of these guys have that can't really be shook, as opposed to when I'm getting yanked in and out of the lineup and I'm not really able to play as much as I'd like. So
But that's the job.
It is the job. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. But Penn, the flip side to that is you also have to be lucky, because if I could get with somebody that has that kind of confidence in me, where I know for a fact that I'm going to be on the floor, like Lou Williams, right? Like Jamal Crawford, and I'm not equating Connect's talent level to theirs, no. But I think that the fact that they knew that Jordan Clarkson knew that I'm coming in the game and I'm a bucket getter coming into the game. That's all y'all need me to do. I don't work in that defense department. I don't work in that distribution department. I don't work in that rebound department. No, that's them dudes. I come in the game to get buckets. That's what I do. And when you come in the game knowing for a fact that this is my job and I can do my job effectively, as opposed to I'm not really sure what I know. I'm not really sure that I know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm for the little bit of time that I'm out here, I'm gonna try to do something. I mean, you can't really develop confidence that way.
I mean, sometimes that's the case. But I mean, to follow the logic of the Yaxel Lenderbergs of the world, don't worry. Dalton Connect is 2 years away from hitting his prime.
Hey, and
but Yaxel is better than Dalton, or
by
at least
the way,
as of right now.
Yes.
I mean, I'll remind you that Dalton Connect was also mocked as high as 6 in his draft class.
Chill wanted Charlotte to take him at 6. I remember.
Yes, I did want them to take
him. No, they ain't take anyone.
And
much
people
better.
were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he fell all the way to 17."
Like, what does he look like on coming out of college, playing in Charlotte for that group? I ain't playing with James. I'm not playing with SGA. I'm
so
getting
because
on that, because
Con Knipple made it, we got to throw all the white shooters in Charlotte.
Not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is this is a confidence thing. This is a guy who led the SEC in scoring. I'm a bucket getter.
As a 23-year-old, this is my point that I'm making. These guys are physically developed. The gap between a 19-year-old and a 23-year-old from a physicality standpoint is so massive. If you remember being 19, your 23-year-old version would destroy your 19. You would destroy him. He would never score a point. That's my point. When you put these guys who are 23, 24, 25 in college, guys like Yaxel, who played 6 years of collegiate basketball, 3 years JUCO, 3 years like Division I basketball. That is an insane advantage over a guy like Keaton Wagler, who's just literally stepping onto the.
I didn't know he played that many years of junior college.
Yes, he did. So
I know he was 23 when he got drafted. That's all.
That's all I know.
Actually, I disagree with that.
I know he played.
I think the separator when you're older in college is just more so the grasp and understanding of the game. Period. I think you get to, especially once you get talking about like high level Division I basketball, a lot of these players get there, and trust me, as a smaller guard, I would know at the time, a lot of people get to these programs, Chill, just off of their raw athleticism. Not good whatsoever.
Can't play basketball.
Not a good basketball player.
Just run fast and jump high.
They'll get a scholarship because they're 6'8" and have a 40-inch vertical, and they like, hey, I can teach you how to shoot and dribble. So I don't need the player that already knows how to do that because they're, 5'11". So I think the separator in college when they're older, not saying that some of that is true from a physical development standpoint, but to me, it's the mental aspect. It's the knowing how to play basketball better than a 19-year-old. Because a lot of these 19, 18, 20-year-olds can physically compete. It's just they're not there mentally as a basketball player yet.
Now, don't get me wrong, Penn. I think that the physical attributes matter. Sure, that 23-year-old me as compared to the 19-year-old me, I knew way more basketball at 23 than I did at 19. I knew how to play way differently. I was a lot more poised. I was a lot more under control. Shit, at 19, I was just this.
Let me ask you a question, Cho. You were a pretty good basketball player.
I wasn't bad.
Okay. So at 16, no, let's say at 14, if you went up at 14 against 18-year-olds, right? Could you hang? Could you do okay? And I'm talking 18-year-olds who were good, not like 18-year-olds who are like
I did do that.
fat
That's
guys
how I
with a
learned how to
team.
play. No, I
That's
did
exactly it. So when I was 13 years old, I went to a camp. It was a basketball camp. I was identified as one of the best players in my school, so I went to the camp. And I got a piece of advice from a coach there. He said, if you're serious about this, if you're serious about going to college and actually playing basketball, I need you to do one thing. When you get back to New York, I need you to find 17 and 18-year-olds and play against them constantly. You need to play against size. You need to stop beating guys who are your size and start playing against guys who are bigger than you because you're going to be a smaller guard. And that's what I tried to do. That's what I tried to get through. And what I realized very immediately, Cho, was that I wasn't that good. That's actually it. That's immediately realized, oh shit, I'm getting swatted at the rim. This guy's now 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and I don't find the angles. But it forced me to get better. Chill, there's something like I was mentioning earlier, I was learning a lot about like football, right? Like European world football. There's this thing in football called futsal. Futsal. Futsal.
Okay.
It is how every young player got good. It's a smaller court. The ball is heavier and smaller. And all of these young kids, they learn on these like almost basketball-sized courts how to play football. And it's like the concept here is almost like playing 3-on-3. It's a little bit like that. Players touch the ball, passes are more frequent, things are more cramped. So a lot of these like really great football players like Ronaldo, Messi, these guys, they didn't even like really start playing on like big football pitches, the ones we see in the World Cup, until they were 14 or 15 years old, because that's not how you develop players. So to bring this all back to like basketball here, I think like when you are 18 or 19, the equivalent of 14 to 18 is 18 to 24. Like to me, that's the gap. In terms of physicality, when you're 18 or 19, you're not supposed to be able to dominate.
I'm still a kid though, to your point.
Can you hang though?
Yeah, I mean, yes,
like people judging Keaton Wagler right now, they don't realize this kid is like physically so far away from where he needs to be. But does he see the game? Does he see the advantage? Does he process it?
That's the thing that I like about him.
I like it too. And his shooting form
but
is
there's
butter.
a difference between like your athleticism causing you to dominate college basketball, and then does somebody project your athleticism to translate also to the NBA? Let's go back to like a Yaxel, right older player. Like, sure, he had some athletic advantages in college, but his athletic advantages and tools don't stop at just being effective in college. They translate also to the NBA. And mind you, whether you're 17, 18, 19, and you're somebody that gets drafted, in the lottery, a lot of that is also due to you being one of the best athletes in the sport. So the athletic advantages, to me, is not really dependent on what age you have them. Zion was more athletic than everybody in his first year. As soon as he touched down to Duke, he was the best athlete in college basketball. But does it translate to the NBA? That's why we're high on him. Not just he has an advantage, because I mean, at some point, how do we then judge basketball players? So a lot of people, or some people now, let me not say a lot, but Penn, like Zion was playing in a very weak high school division where he was out there playing against other 6'2", little scrawny private school kids. And some people were questioning, how is this going to translate to college? To me, I didn't have to worry about that, because I don't give a damn if he was out there playing against midgets. He's 6'7", strong as hell, and has a 48-inch vertical.
Jumps this high. So
he's obviously a tier 1 athlete, regardless of who he's playing against. Just like the Thompson twins. The Thompson twins were in the what's that? OT.
I don't think you can. Overtime elite. OTE.
OTE. Right? They weren't playing the top-notch competition. So you could have blamed their success on their superior athleticism, or are you able to see that level of athleticism is going to translate?
Can I push back and say,
at?
had they not played an overtime elite, they might be further ahead offensively, both of them? Can I at least push that? Like look.
I don't hate that. I don't.
OTE.
I mean,
like,
that's not really what I'm arguing. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
your athletic advantages to what extent?
Real talk, like you could have put LeBron James and Michael Jordan in the Swedish second league, and they still would have been great players. And that would not be evidence that putting players in the second division in Sweden is suddenly a good idea for basketball. Like Amen Thompson and Asar Thompson there's where I would use the word generational. They are generational athletes, generational defenders, and frankly, generational workers. They are and when you put that combination on an NBA court at that size, it's going to translate to great defense. My question is, why is Asar Thompson 4 years into his NBA career still like airballing like free throws and pull up jump shots and shit? Like there is development that needed to be done that just wasn't done. And you could look at a lot of, guys who went the wrong way with their choices right after high school. Dacian Nix was another one. He goes to the G League Ignite. There's a lot of players where I look at them when they're 17 or 18. I'm like, that's an NBA player. That's 100%. He processes the game like an NBA player. He has NBA player size. He has NBA player coordination. He has NBA player jump shot. And so then they just go wrong. Like, and chill. Sometimes it's just an injury. Like people are acting like this Jaden Coyne shit is like not fucking up his entire career. It will fuck up his entire career if he misses one more year. Like that critical time to experiment, to be on the court. It's massive, man.
I do believe that, but I also think that, to your point, I think that the development of guys is contingent. I mean, a guy's success is contingent on their development. So, real talk. Here is Zion Williamson, like he's doing 360s and he's jumping, he's looking at the rim like this. Okay, that athleticism translates. All right, so now I got a 6'7", 6'8" guy, and Zion's not that big, but I got a 6'7" guy that runs fast and jumps high. We could teach you the other stuff. Well, he had the other stuff, right? He already had that other stuff. Now it was just a matter of him putting that together and playing at that level, which he did. When we saw him, it was obvious this dude don't need to be in school. This stuff translates to big-time college basketball. Well, does it translate to the pros? It looks like it translates to the pros too, only except physically he couldn't hold up. I think that that's the downside. As far as the Thompson twins with OTE, like you brought up an interesting point, Ben, about like Jordan could have played in the second in the second level in the Swedish league. That as an example, and I get that was an example. However, the fact that he played for Dean Smith, I mean, I think that his game got developed so much more, and he became so much more advanced just off the strength of playing with him. Athletically, he was already that. Like he could run fast and jump high. He was a skinny kid, but he could run fast and jump high. I say all of this to say that these guys who are exceptional athletes, like you have to be able to understand the game. If you don't, that running fast and jumping high shit only gonna take me so far.
Well, chill, but that's some people got it and some people don't. And we have to be okay with admitting that. It doesn't matter. Some people can be 14 and go play with 18-year-olds, and they're not going to get better because they're not good enough to get better. It's that you can if I pour water on a rock, it's just gonna bounce off, roll off the rock. If I pour water on a sponge, it's gonna soak it up. We have sponges and we have rocks. Some people are rocks.
I could get with that. I don't hate that.
You know what I mean?
Funny.
It doesn't.
I really don't.
It doesn't.
It
just doesn't matter sometimes. Like I got your point with maybe Asor and the men would have been better offensive scorers if they didn't play at OTE or whatever. Well, maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they would have been playing with guys their strength, their size that could have matched their athleticism, and they might have looked worse. You know what I'm saying? Like it could go both ways, but that's just how it is sometimes. Like at every level, there's levels to this. Like even in college, like there's a big difference between the Big Sky and the SEC.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It might be a good time to tell you that some rocks do absorb water. I just want to let you know that, just in case.
Well, I'm talking about the
But
rocks
also,
that don't.
it would eat away at the rock long enough with erosion and stuff like that too. So
but that's not soaking it up.
Actually,
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes there are times where
that's how
sandstone,
foundations fall
limestone. I mean,
there are tons
porous rocks.
of players. Like I've seen tons of eighth graders or six. I've seen tons of sixth graders go play with eighth graders, and it's like, okay, he's physically gifted. He's really a hooper. He doesn't look great right now, but next year he'll be better. And I've seen sixth graders go play with eighth graders and not hoop in the seventh grade.
Damn.
That's
you know
what
what
I'm
saying? It's you know what I'm saying? Like it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be about that. Like or not. And then you know what else I've seen? I've seen young eighth graders play with seventh graders in the summertime and get better because they're young eighth graders, the same age, might be a grade above, but get better. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it works, bro. There isn't really a solid blueprint to development. You have to develop with the players. Sometimes it has to be, like designed around the players.
I think there is a blueprint. It's just not a one size fits all blueprint, but the general idea is the same. I think you want to encourage experimentation, with young players. I think you want to deal with failure. You want them to fail in reasonable tasks. Like you want to set like a target of things that you can do, but then you also want to fail just enough. And then you want to have a support system to guide them through their failures. I think that's overall blueprint.
These are things you want, but these aren't controlled environments. So that's what I'm saying. These aren't controlled environments. They're far from controlled environments. You have so many outside distractions, outside things going on. This isn't a controlled environment. There's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of privilege involved. There's a lot of just God-given talent involved. There's a lot of I got good genes involved. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Some people get 5'11" in the sixth grade, and then they're 5'11" when they're 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is. You know what I mean? So we got to understand. Like it's just I don't think there's there's just no blueprint to this, y'all. But you know what we should do?
That's why all them rankings and all that in fourth, fifth, sixth grade, they need to stop doing that. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. Before people get to, my friend was. I remember I think we were in like third, fourth grade. Went to this National Adidas camp. He got ranked the 9th best player in the nation. Okay?
At 10 years old, real talk.
Yeah, something like that. We were like 9 years old or something like that. Yeah. As we got older, it's not like he was bad. He was was a good player, but as we got older and niggas started sprouting up, and he remained just like you said, Ox. He was 5'10", 5'11". Now all of a sudden he's not even the 9th best player in the city, let alone the nation, and that's because I don't even know why they do that. I really don't understand why they do it. 5th, 6th, 7th graders.
They do it for money. It's for the money. That's all it is. It's for the money. Mm-hmm. It's what I'm saying. It's simple as that. It's just for the money. But when you got one camp, how can one camp rank the best kids in the country and like only 4% of the kids in the country they've even seen? So it's goofy. It's goofy. That's all it is. But let's get to some of these super chats, y'all. Let's see what the people got to say about our conversation. First off, I want to shout out my man Cheese for gifting 20 Players Choice memberships, man. If you got one of those memberships from Cheese, make sure to put a W Cheese.
Mars say thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cheese.
Mars being gracious. Interesting.
Edo sent the super chat. I guess he was filling the Yaxel conversation. Said Yaxel top 5 in the class right now. We had a summer league super team. I'm not surprised, and at least we won something. After all this waiting, Pat Bev LeBron report might be the right one. Zuri James will decide the fate of my team, apparently.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I also think Yaxel is top 5.
I think Davon Smith was amazing in that summer league final.
So what I seen that they were saying,
won them the game. Damn near.
He did amazing. Win them the game. He brought them back from the death. Like people who didn't watch that summer league final, they were down 10 going into the fourth, and Davon Smith just beat the shit out of like everybody. And Cam Boozer did not do shit to stop him either at the rim. So
they're saying like how good Zuri is looking in volleyball, and how good she's projected to be in volleyball. They can't see LeBron uprooting her from that environment, and so it's highly unlikely that he doesn't go to Golden State. Or,
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Nice.
Is she playing in LA right now? Where is
Yes.
she playing?
yeah,
Which
she's in LA.
means, real talk, you know what? I ripped up the contract. I'm coming back.
There's
And
no
I'm
way
playing
this
for a little
nigga's
bit of money.
If
I'm
he
coming
does
back
all
and I'm
this,
playing for a little bit of money. Real talk.
re-sign with the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm coming back and I'm playing for a little bit of money. Real talk. That's what I'm doing. I ain't going
Hey.
nowhere. We working
Hey,
this out.
that's not bad.
I
That's
mean, you
not
guys
bad at
could
all.
use a wing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm coming back.
You're
Trying to
I'm
get
playing for a little bit of
Kaminga. Shit, get LeBron.
Wing.
money. There you go.
Right. You could just get somebody better. Like,
Yes, sir.
you know.
I'm coming back and I'm playing for a little bit of money. Real talk. And we ain't gotta worry about it. I already did this one, Ox.
You did? Oh, okay.
I did. Yes, sir.
Did you do
But
a few of them or
I thought I erased that one.
this one?
Yeah, he did
I
that
did.
one. Yeah,
I did not do this one. No. I
Oh
didn't.
no, not this. Oh no,
No, I
that
did
was
not
the
do
other
that.
one. It just started off the same.
Serial talk, you almost had me erase somebody's super chat.
My fault. My fault. Evan Stice.
Evan Stice. Good morning, PC. I've had some downtime at work and I have been watching some throwback games. Just watched Lakers King.
Just watched Lakers Kings game 6 the other day. Any suggestions for some classic games I should watch? Yes, Evan. Go back and watch the 1993 Eastern Conference Championship game 5 in Madison Square Garden. Fantastic game. Go back and watch game 5 of the Portland Trailblazers Lakers Western Conference Championship 2000. Fantastic game. Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors in 2019. Game 7 in the East semifinals. Great game. So yeah, those are some games that I'm thinking about off the top of my head.
No, you know what, Evan? You know what you can do? You can go to hell. Okay? That's what you could do. You should have never even brought that up. I'm having a great day.
See, real talk, Ox ain't off that. He's just not. Ox
Have
is
you
not off
rewatched that game since, Ox, or you only watched it that one time you watched your team get wrong?
No, I've watched it maybe 2 times since then. The
Rob.
last time I've watched it maybe twice since then.
Allegedly.
It's really tough to watch that game. It's really tough to watch.
Good basketball,
a-
in my opinion. That's good
Mine too.
basketball.
Great basketball.
Mars, you want to just do this show just me and you, Mars? We can do
I'm
that.
down
We
with
can do
it.
that, Mars. We can do that. Black Star 99, or is that Block Star? Block Star 99.
Black was right. Black was right.
Okay. Morning PC fam. Found out I tore my meniscus and I'm having partial surgery on Thursday. Was going to go overseas to hoop, got delayed because of this. Any advice on coming back to hoop after surgery?
Don't rush.
At least there wasn't a torn ACL because he thought he tore his ACL. So, you know,
Yes.
glass half full.
Don't rush.
Only a
That's-
torn meniscus.
Don't rush. Get yourself correct because knee injuries are nothing. Knee injuries, back injuries, these injuries, they ain't nothing to play with. So do not rush yourself. Get yourself correct.
Yeah, I've actually had this exact injury. I don't know if you torn your meniscus partial surgery. Does that mean that they've opted to cut off the piece that has been torn? Right, because that means you're going to be able to come back faster, but you're going to have less of a meniscus, so it's going to be more bone to bone in that area now. If I were to give you any suggestions, like Chill said, don't rush back. I opted to have the piece cut. Probably should have had the piece reattached, but that takes a lot more time. You know what I'm saying? But patience is key and is a virtue. As many say.
When you do get it repaired, it could take 5 to 6 months to recover. But the issue with that too is that the blood doesn't circulate through your meniscus. So the actual the actual healing process is you never know what could happen. And then so if you do that, it could just tear right again next time you try. That's what happened to me. And then you go get it clipped anyway. So it turns into like a year of back and forth. But the only advice I got is, if you want to keep playing basketball, you need to do that physical therapy like your life depends on it. You know what I'm saying? Because your basketball life can absolutely depend on how seriously you take your physical therapy and how seriously you are strengthening the muscles in your leg around your knee. So just go hard in your physical therapy, and like the fella said, don't rush, man. Prayers out to you. Hope everything works out for you. Tarpy says, Keaton post game I'm sorry. Keaton pass game 1 was good. Laughed my ass off. He played on par or better than all the guards picked 5 through 6. No clue where the Wagler hate is coming from other than running victory laps over game 1.
Mars, what do you think?
I agree.
Mars,
Wagler FC.
The quote unquote hate.
You are not Wagler FC. At all.
I am now. Wagler
He
and
isn't. And he never was neither. Real talk. Like, this is the scumbag that I'm talking about.
I am now. People started hating on Keon Wagler a bit too much, so I'm Wagler.
People really let you just get away with anything up there. This section is kind of disgusting.
Oh, so sorry for being Wagler FC. My bad. I guess.
Mars, when did you become Wagler FC?
When people started hating on him too much.
Okay, so when did people start hating on him? Because I didn't say anything bad about him.
After game 1. Well, sure, you're not the only person on the planet.
I am
Mr.
not.
Egotistical.
I'm not. No, I am not. I do not take myself that seriously, Mars. I promise you that. No, I do not.
So yeah, we Wagler FC. We amend FC too because everyone was saying he was gonna be a bust. So we gonna believe in him too, and then we gonna lock in. So
what's the question that I have when it comes to
loser FC?
My question when it comes to
you do enjoy a good loser.
Team down 3-0 in the finals. Mars becomes the biggest fan of the team. You know,
I apologize. I wanted to see a 3-0 comeback. My bad.
That's fair.
Oh, and to Evan, he said, "Can you give him another game?" How about the 2003 Western Conference first round, Trailblazers Dallas Game 6? They were down 3-0, by the way. Portland was, and they pushed that series to 7. It's a great series. Yes, great series.
Y'all think we're gonna? I'll just very quick. Within the next 5 years, do we see the first team complete a 3-0 comeback?
Nope.
Yes.
I don't think I'm gonna see
I think so as well. I think we're getting closer and closer.
I
because
think
of 3-point variance.
I wholeheartedly believe it would have happened in 23. Wholeheartedly believe it. Yeah.
I think they smoked Miami if Jason Tatum doesn't get hurt. I think that they stomped them.
That was the series there where the 3-0 comeback was going to happen, but it didn't happen. But yeah, I think it will happen.
But that was because we just talked.
What is it about Wagler that you like the most?
His size and shooting combination. A 6'6" guard who can shoot the ball as well as he does, I think, is a good foundation. Yeah. He also shows that he can play on and off ball, which I think is cool. Yeah. So when you have like legitimate size in the backcourt and you can play the 1 or the 2, once again projecting forward, because right now I don't think he can play the 1. Projecting forward, you play the 1 or the 2, and that gives you a level of versatility in terms of roster construction that I like. So shooting, size, versatility, and then like just the feel for the game, problem solving ability that you kind of have to have when you're at an athletic deficit. So those things are probably why we are now Wagler FC.
Do you? Because I know we live in, and you can attest to this too, real talk. But I know we live in the combo guard era. Where do you think he would be the most effective if we're putting him in one space? If we're gonna put him at the lead guard or we're gonna put him at the 2, where do you think he would be the most effective?
The 2. As of right now, the 2.
I think so too. I think him playing off ball. I think that him coming off screens. I think running, not necessarily isolation stuff early, but later on running isolation stuff. I think that he can be so much more effective. He's really good at putting the ball on the floor. I love his ability to put the ball on the floor with his weak hand and get to his pull-up jump shot. I think when he gets stronger, I think that's going to be even better. So I like him off the ball than I like him on the basketball.
Me too.
I think as he gets stronger, that probably also leads to him being better on the ball as well. So
that's the hope. Yeah, that's why you're taking number 5. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if we took him that high. If we took him that high, we're definitely looking more on the upside than we are a guy that's just going to be okay. No, we took him at the number 5.
Him and Garland should be an interesting backcourt, man.
Yeah, he gets to be the 2. That's the thing. Like he's not on a team where he has to be the 1. So, you know,
and the primary ball handler,
rookie of the year candidate now.
Oh no, absolutely not. But we playing the long.
You're not really Wagler FC then. So
I mean, I'm never gonna be accolades FC, so I'm never gonna care about the rookie of the year award anyway. But at the end of the day, you're not drafting someone number 5 to hope that they have the best rookie season. You're drafting them number 5 to hope that they have the best career. So whether or not he's the rookie of the year or not means nothing if 3 years down the line he's still as good as he was as a rookie. So let's just keep developing, keep working on our game, get stronger, and then turn into the player that should be the best guard in the draft, or second, I guess, because it's Darren, but second best guard in the draft.
Fair enough. So, where were we?
If you had to guess
All right,
right
let's
now,
get
one
to
of the top 4 players picked in this draft would not work out, where would your bet be?
Of the 4?
Yeah. I'm not saying that one of them won't. I'm saying
Sure.
if one of them
What
don't,
does not work out mean?
never make an all-star team, never sniff all-NBA, career starter, but never really much to write home about. Have a career more in line with a Mikal Bridges than a Jalen Brunson.
Boozer for me. And the reason why I say Boozer is because I think that we live in a space with bigs that are so much more versatile. And I see Boozer's upside, and I see him being able to shoot the pill, especially shoot the long ball. I do worry. I do worry about the athleticism from him. And I see it from DeBonsta. I see it from Wilson. I see it from Peterson. And I think that the skill level with those 3 guys, I think that it's more advanced than it is with Boozer. And I think that there's a lot more upside to those guys than Boozer. That's not to say that Boozer won't end up in 10 years being a 7-time starter and averaging 17 and 9 on a playoff team.
He's Al Horford, chill. He's got an Al Horford career ahead of him. That's what Carlos.
That's what I've been saying, and I don't think that's a bad.
Al Horford going to the Hall
I don't
of Fame,
think he's
so
Al
I mean,
Horford
when
Hall of
defensively.
Fame, exactly.
Yeah, when Ox says that, that's the highest of praise you can give someone.
Wait a second. You watched Al Horford of Florida. You see Cam Boozer matching that level of defensive production?
He's not the same player. I'm talking about that career trajectory.
That like caliber of
So
player,
so he will make
Well,
up the defensive value that Al Horford made up on the offensive end?
I'm just saying that he's got an Al Horford career ahead
He's
of
got first ballot Hall of Famer. That's what he got.
him. But Thunder up 404. If you made the NBA, which NBA player's career would you personally rather have? Andre Iguodala, Manu Ginobili, John Stockton, Carmelo Anthony, or Bradley Beal? Also take into account what you value: rings, money, stats, etc.
I used to be team just give me whatever career has the most rings. I've since grown up.
You have never been that. When were you that?
The clip is literally out there. I said I would take Robert Horry's career over Michael Jordan. The clip is literally online.
You did?
Absolutely not.
I don't ever remember hearing you say that, Mars.
Because you guys don't remember things I said. So yeah.
Wait. When you say that, Mars, are you only talking about career earnings, or are you talking about like endorsement earnings as well? Or are you just talking about like career
I
earnings?
don't know. I'm just saying I would used to just say whichever career had the most rings is the one I'd rather have.
How much more money did Michael Jordan make as far as like NBA checks than Rob Horry?
Well, he made $98 million over the course of his career.
He didn't really get that money until
Robert Horry.
Robert Horry
made
50 maybe?
Yeah,
55 or something like that. Okay,
so
Brad Beal has made the most money out of any of these players, by the way.
Yeah,
which is crazy, but also true.
I just think that winning the NBA championship is so much luck goes into that. Don't get me wrong, you got to be good. I'm not going to argue that point, man. You got to be good. It ain't a coincidence, Moss, to your point about Robert Horry, that he played with Olajuwon and the Diesel and Duncan. I mean, that ain't a coincidence. You got to be definitely, doing something right in order for that to happen. But I mean, what John Stockton did, that's pretty incredible.
Oh, please.
Well, I'm
not playing 20 years.
Give me Carmelo Anthony's career over all these players. Okay.
When you look at these guys,
I'm taking Melo. That's what I'm taking.
You've all met, and so this is just my personal opinion.
Sure.
I know. I'm the only one that thinks once you meet a certain threshold of money, then it doesn't matter anymore. I know. So I know that 300 million is so much more than 290 million. Okay, we're past that, right? So when it comes to that, these dudes all made a bunch of money. So I'm gonna go with the best player, Manu.
Nice. I'm gonna take Melo or Beal. It depends how I feel. Melo
of this list,
We're
I'm
taking it
definitely
off court.
taking. Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
definitely
whatever
taking
you
Melo.
value. It's whatever you value.
I'm
So
taking
I'ma say
Melo
over
because number one, I was a superstar for a period of time in the league. I made buku money on the court because I was a superstar and a cultural icon. I also made money off the court as well. I'm a legendary player, right? I'm respected by my peers. I'm respected by the basketball community as a whole. Give me Melo.
And I'll give you.
But
I'll give you.
the priority number one, money. So bump
Okay.
all that Manu Ginobili.
I mean, Manu made like one
national championship with Syracuse.
Manu made a lot of money.
Yeah,
bro.
so
He
Manu
made a lot of money.
He ain't worried about
Cool.
money. You know
National championship as the best player in collegiate basketball. Okay. I get to be a franchise player in Denver. Not to mention I get to be a franchise player in New York City. Marketing checks, off court, all that shit. And number 3, I got engaged to Lala Anthony in 2004, and we didn't get divorced until 2021. That's 2 decades. That's 2 decades of off-court dominance. Okay.
And by the way,
and by the way, I got a son who's pretty dope at basketball. Yo, Carmelo Anthony won at life. What are we talking about? Come on, man.
And he had a shoe. The other niggas ain't got no shoe.
There you go.
Yeah, I was trying to prioritize making the most money while playing the least amount of basketball. So.
I just think
Bill
about
was up there.
So
yeah.
Yes.
But then I also didn't want to deal with injuries, so I was like, Bradley Bill.
Yeah, nobody wants
that's
to
part
So
of
that's
it.
where I got shaky me. But I was also like, no trade clause, get to go wherever I want. Yeah, not too bad. So that's where I was deliberating. So it's Melo or Bill. Melo's a bit too famous for me.
I don't know who the hell's picking
Who's
John.
more of an icon in their country? Who's more famous
Manu
in their country?
Ginobili.
Ginobili had his
But
team
the
over
country
there.
is Argentina.
I object, Your Honor. Question leading the
Argentina
witness.
is a beautiful country.
I object, Your Honor.
Okay.
Depends how you look.
please.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, look at Manu.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
No, but I'm
talking about real talk?
talking about like visually. I'm talking about like the
I
actual
object,
country
Your
of
Honor.
Argentina.
I mean,
it's
if,
a beautiful
again,
country.
if we're factoring in all off court, stuff, like, look, man, the guy asked, you made it to the NBA, so obviously you're a pretty good basketball player. Which of these careers would you rather have? And I'm factoring in all of it. With Manu Ginobili, I mean, I'm a pretty dope basketball player. Had an entire country behind me, but I also went bald at 25. I'm not really feeling that, to be honest.
What?
I'm factoring in all the metrics.
No, he's not wrong. I've already
I
gone
don't
through that in this
understand why
timeline.
that-
Shit,
yeah,
Okay. And I mean, if I'm John Stockton, I get to be basically a normal sized human being for the rest of my life. If I'm Carmelo Anthony, at least I get to be 6'7", 6'8" for the rest of my life. And dope at it.
I'm not playing with number 32 for 2 decades.
It's
So there's no way
Melo,
I'm doing
clearly. Okay.
But Manu's the
Mars,
best
if you-
player in this list, though. So I just got to go with the best player.
So if you hear me out, real talk. So I played at a small college, and me playing at a small college, I came into the NBA.
Gonzaga.
Oh,
Yes,
they were
I
small
played-
back then? Oh, okay.
Yes, Gonzaga was not a big
Gonzaga?
deal. Gonzaga was not
I
what
know
it is
that.
today. No, so I
I
played
know
at
that. Okay, yeah.
I played at a small college. In addition to in the process of playing at a small college, I get drafted in Utah. I played 20 years. In the 20 years that I played there, I'm the all-time leading assist man in NBA history. I'm the all-time steals leader in NBA history. I think I'm like 300 points away from being one of at that point. I was like 300. I was like 300 points away from being the only guard outside of Jerry West and point guard outside of Jerry West and Oscar Robertson to score 20,000 points and have 10,000 assists. Like nobody else had done that besides them 2 dudes. I made close to $70 million in my career. I got a beautiful wife. I have 5 kids, and I played in one place. I didn't have to move to Denver. I didn't have to move to Portland. I didn't have to move to Minnesota. I played 20 years right here. And on top of all of that, real talk, there's a statue of me outside the arena. So I'm never going to be forgotten.
Chill. And his son wasn't bad either.
He could play. Yes, sir. He could play. So
Melo made more money than John Stockton in one contract. I'm good.
that's a fact. That is a fact.
Good.
But you gotta think about, you know what I'm saying? Inflation. You know what I'm saying?
Inflation.
Relative
to era.
Relative to era.
In your hypothetical, you get 12 years
Andre.
older.
I'm surprised Andre Iguodala isn't getting more love in this.
Damn.
That is another one to consider because Andre was dope.
Respectfully, if I want the Iguodala career, the Ginobili option is right there. Respectfully,
right.
Exactly. It's like, why would I choose Iguodala when Ginobili's right there? Like the money isn't crazy different. We're both like 1 or 2, 3-time All-Stars, so cool. I guess you got a Finals MVP, but it's like I still play better than you in the Finals in 05 than you did in 15 anyway. So it's cool. Whatever. I guess you got your little narrative of what shouts you, but it's like. A Finals MVP ain't about to make me change my mind that much, to be honest.
But from a player's perspective, you think that Manu Ginobili at his best is better than Iguodala at his best?
Absolutely.
I'm closer to siding with Ox than thinking.
I'm comfortable in saying that.
Absolutely.
That Manu is better than Andre.
Shout out to Andre Ig because I got big love for Ig.
I guess I'm just high on Andre.
I am too.
No, I mean, as you should be.
I'm high on Iguodala. I'm just. There's levels to how high I am on Ginobili.
Right.
Yeah,
you know.
Hey, there's levels. There's levels. There's that Reggie y'all got. That's high, but then that's what we got over here. Real talk. That's a different level.
I think Denver, Iggy.
Y'all got that. Y'all got that brick pack.
Any year of Manu, we going band for band.
Denver, Iggy. Next super chat.
So Denver, Iggy going band for band with Tim Duncan.
No,
for the amount of games.
I swear, I'm tired of you two motherfuckers over here. I'm sick of y'all.
You be the main one. A player this week can be better than one player. So you telling me for a week and a half, Andre Iguodala can go band for band with Tim Duncan?
Look, okay, wait a second.
He was like
he did play in Philly. Don't forget,
he was better in Philly than he was in Denver, but.
First of all, I want to holler at you real quick, real talk. Let me talk to you for a second. Mm-hmm. There wasn't 2.4 seconds. 2.4 seconds in Andre Iguodala's career where he was better than Tim Duncan.
Okay,
let's move on.
It's not exactly a hot take. I just want to put out.
Right. Like, what did we talk? Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. I'm getting real sick and tired of this Tim Duncan shit y'all got going on.
Let me look up Andre Iguodala in 2013. I'm
no.
He averaged 13 points, so he averaged Tim Duncan numbers.
Drew knows ball. I'm making the greatest 3-year peak since 2000 list, and I'm struggling with AD versus Dwight. Need the panel's help. Who was better, 18-20 AD or 9-11 Dwight? This isn't a crazy conversation, Mars. Y'all forget how good Dwight was. 3 DPOYs is crazy, but 18 AD battled KD Warriors.
Now, Mars, right, and what this is what Mars is doing, because Mars does this all the time. Mars gets the tunnel vision, and Mars thinks about how awesome. Yes, you do, Mars, because you're doing it right
projection.
now. Yeah, the reason why you're doing it, Mars, is because you're thinking about how much better of a bucket. Because
I've been asked this question on several occasions, so I know my answer. There's no
how much better of a bucket.
Been asked. Iggy was better, by the way.
Anthony Davis is better than Dwight Howard.
I'm not arguing that.
What about defensively, Mars?
I'd like to.
What about defensively, Mars? How is it close? Does AD edge him
out? I can say it's close on defense. I can say that. I think
Dwight's offense was super underrated too. But I think I got AD. It was severely underrated.
He was a turnover machine during that time. Stop the bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, he was. So what? I didn't say he wasn't. I didn't say he turn the ball over. I said his offense was
the best
underrated.
Finisher in the league at the time, and he did have some post work he could get to.
He had an open up spin.
Yeah, he would face you up and shoot a bank shot. Nah, he wouldn't go in a whole lot, but he would do it.
I didn't say the dude didn't turn the ball over. I just said his offense was severely underrated. That's all I'm saying.
He had a running hook that was really good. He was great at finishing around the rim. Yeah, he did with the right hand. And this is later on. This is like 2010, 2011, 2012. He had a really good running hook. That was
this is the Dwight we're talking about.
Even in Houston.
Yeah, Dwight was cool. He was a cool
Anthony Davis defensively, and Dwight Howard defensively. I think Anthony Davis. I'm comfortable in saying that he was on par with him. I think Howard was better, but I think Anthony Davis was more versatile, and I think the offense from Anthony Davis, the mid range, the play finishing around the rim, the transition buckets, the one-on-one game. I think that pushes him over the edge for me.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, bro.
Anthony Davis is not a conversation. Respect.
AD was better than Dwight ever was by year 3, but
Anthony Davis is way better than Dwight.
I got AD. See, I got AD, but I don't think
Davis is better than Dwight Howard ever was.
Damn.
That's fine.
Which shouldn't even be seen as a hot take because Dwight's peak in this guy's super chat started in year 4. So
Yeah.
year 3 AD's better than year 4 Dwight.
That's fine. I don't hate that take. I don't hate that take. I do hate one thing. It's just that the fact that my dog does not respect that this is not a white household. Just be walking around on the couch and shit. I'm like, bruh.
Do he need his ass whooped, Docs? Do your dog
We
need his ass
don't.
whooped?
We don't do that over here. Get off my couch. Don't get on my bed. Like, what is wrong with this nigga, man?
Don't beat your dogs.
He just be tweaking like, bro. What are you doing?
He sound like Deuce Tatum, Ox, when you told me that Deuce Tatum need his ass whooped. That's what it sounded like here.
He heard you praising Argentina and just thought that the household caucasity was increased.
Facts, exactly.
That's what's going on. I can just put my feet up on the coffee
Caucasity? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who knows?
It is-
We just
it is
made
today.
it one.
It is
Yeah,
now.
we just made it one.
Man,
I've been
the-
doing that all the time. Should be sounding right. You know what I'm saying?
The
Sound like he
caucasity
needs
of
his
this
ass right.
dog is crazy. Every day, I tell him get off the couch, and then jump right back on the couch.
There's not enough AD love on this platform, by the way. So we
Man,
will.
you
be
just
tapping
ranked him as
into
the
that.
best big man peak of the 2020s, man. I think he gets enough love. I think he gets.
Yeah,
enough
but
love.
everybody else had him clear last. So no, it's
I wanna
not-
tell you though,
Ox
right-
had him third.
I had him. Yes, I had him third. Thank you.
And
Thank
Chill
you.
had him above
Oh,
Wemby, so that's
Yes, I
what true.
did.
Chill had him above Wemby,
Yes, I did.
and I think me and Penn.
2018
no, Penn was Embiid last.
2017,
So no,
2018.
I'm the
That
only
was
one who
just-
actually had him last.
That was just me on my
yeah,
hater
right.
arc. Okay.
Real talk, 2017, 2018, Anthony Davis was fucking amazing. Like, we
Chill,
don't
let
talk
me
about
ask you
that.
this. Let me ask you this: who's better, Anthony Davis or Moses Malone?
Oh no.
That's
I
not
stand with
disrespectful. That's not disrespectful to
I
Anthony
stand with
Davis.
real talk. I'm just.
That's
I
how
stand with
good Moses Malone was.
Can you let Chill answer the question? Who's
Well, I'm
better,
just saying,
Chill, Anthony Davis or Moses Malone?
Moses.
And that's why it's AD disrespect on here. Exactly.
All right.
You know you're in the minority, right? Real talk. They're gonna say Moses Malone is better. You know that, right?
That's fine.
You don't know.
I've been a minority all my life. I'm a black man.
Nice.
Derek Mitchell. Salute to PC. Just thinking of players who didn't live up to the hype is Billy Owens. When he was drafted out of Syracuse as a big guard, as the next Magic, someone I know Chill watched. Any thoughts?
Yes, me and Penn really literally just had a conversation about this earlier. Like, it matters where you go. Like, he ended up on that Golden State Warrior team. They already had a point guard. They had Tim Hardaway. Not only did they have a point guard, they had Mitch Richmond. They had Run TMC over there. Like, I think it would have been better for Billy Owens if he played somewhere where he got the ball right from the beginning. He didn't get the ball right from the beginning playing with that Golden State team. And they had him on the wing more as a play finisher. They didn't have him on the wing. They didn't have him with the ball in his hands, which is where he was more effective as a playmaker and a distributor and a guy who can score the basketball. And this might be a hot take for some of you guys, think LaMelo Ball set better around the rim and a better shot taker.
I can't speak on
Tyrese
college
Halliburton.
Billy Owens. I did not
Yes.
see this passing when he was on the Warriors. I'll just say that. But like you
Right.
said, he was misutilized apparently. So
I think he was.
I
Yes,
just watched
do.
him. He looked like a power forward. He looked like a small forward. He looked
Right,
like
and that's what they had him playing. Like when he was when he was at Syracuse, he was
He
the
was a
evolution
forward.
of the wing. He was the evolution of the wing at 87, 88, 89. I mean, his game was so smooth. I mean, he had the nickname he was Billy the Chill. That's what we used to call him, B Freeze. That's how cool his game was.
Did they used to fast break all the time in Syracuse in '88?
They ran a lot when they had Derek
They ran a
Coleman.
lot?
Yes, yeah, they ran a lot with Derek Coleman and Billy Owens. When Sherman Douglas left, that's when like Billy Owens started to really get utilized. And I mean, at 6'8", legit 6'8", I mean, he could finish around the rim. He could pass the ball with the best of them. So, I mean, I'm not misremembering this because February 1988, best college basketball game I'd ever seen. Georgetown against Syracuse, game winning in overtime in the Carrier Dome. Billy Owens was fantastic that game. That's when I remembered that point was when I wanted to play college. I was like, I want to do that. That's
In
what
his
I wanted.
defense, it was one of the worst drafts ever. 1991. Okay, the
What
best
pick
player.
was he?
He was the third pick.
Mhm.
So the best players from that draft class were probably Dikembe Mutombo, Steve Smith, Terrell Brandon, Larry Johnson. Like beyond that, you just had a bunch of role players. He just wasn't as good as Rick Fox or Greg Anthony, but like he wasn't He wasn't a bust. He played a lot of years. He was
Yeah,
fine. He was fine. He was just a decent role player. I think the LaMelo is crazy, Joe. Like I've watched a little bit of Billy Owens, obviously not as much as you, but I don't see that at all. No. Like
the reason why I said
because I know you're kind of
the reason why I say that is because he wasn't utilized. Like if he had the ball in his hands more,
for good reason,
you would have seen more. You would have seen more downhill Billy Owens. You would have seen more distributed Billy.
You think
Owens.
He was a better passer than even Boris Diaw? Because I don't.
I do. Yes,
I
think he was better. I think he was better with the basketball. I think he was a better playmaker. I think that he was better getting downhill than Boris Diaw. Yes, I do.
I have to watch some of it. I might have to try to look for some.
There was an interview.
Oh,
there was an interview where Dennis Rodman said that every player who's 6'7" to 6'10" right now, I guess they handle the ball, needs to go to Scottie Pippen and say thank you for revolutionizing the position.
Yes.
So maybe if Billy Owens comes into today's NBA, he's Yaxel Lenderberg. Give him the ball. Let him cook.
Nate X has been a member for 41 whole months, man. Shout out to you, Nate. That's what's up. We appreciate you. W panel and a big shout out to Offseason Pin. He's been hooping like playoff Jimmy.
I gotta tell you, this offseason pen shit, it might be over, bro. It might be over. I mean, I felt a shift in positivity a couple weeks ago, but I was riding the high of Kawhi Leonard to Toronto.
Here we go.
But now every day I see reports that it could be dragging out till August. Today I read a report that it could be till training camp.
Yes, sir.
I gotta tell you, I'm back on the salty train. I'm not.
Don't worry about it, man. Kawhi's untouchable, Pin. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Kawhi, he's too big to fail, Pin. You don't.
For those of you that don't know,
he's like Walmart. Don't worry about it.
For those of you guys that don't know, in the CBA, when you circumvent the salary cap, in the CBA, it's stated that an independent arbitrator, it's a system arbitrator who is picked by both the NBA and the union. So this arbitrator isn't a guy who's just picked by, Adam Silver and then that's it. No, we all have to agree on this. And then when the verdict comes out, whatever the verdict is, then we have an appeals process, which also can drag on. So this thing can drag on for months. In the meantime, I'm still playing. Like, we're not getting held up. I'm still able to play. Like, I'm not suspended or anything like that. This is just an investigation. When you get it, just so we clear, real talk. If you get arrested, you out on bail, you don't lose your job. You get to go back to work. Like, that's not the way that works.
Or it depends on what you got arrested for.
What are we supposed to do, Chill?
Some people,
like,
man,
what are we supposed to do? Like, Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick supposed to report to Raptors training camp and just be standing there awkwardly trying to figure out how they fit into a rotation where they're about to be traded. Like,
that's not going to happen.
It's just weird.
No. If before that happens, Pin, they'll just kick it out the house. That's not going to happen.
Yes.
No, you don't got to worry about your chemistry of the Toronto Raptors being messed up. Once again, like I told you, Kawhi Leonard, too big to fail. He's like Google. Don't worry about it.
He's like Enron.
Man, I'm praying on y'all niggas down.
I
don't even really
Mars, real talk. Y'all might be a little too young to know about Enron, but shit. That was a time. That was a time.
Was that like 2005 or something like that? Yeah,
I think it was a little earlier than that. Might have been like 02, 03.
I'm not familiar with what y'all talking about.
But Brody McLean. Morning, fellas. I've been getting a lot of recommended videos about LeBron taking PEDs. Y'all think it could be true?
Y'all want this shit to be true so bad. Oh my goodness. Y'all want this shit to be so true. I swear.
Man, who cares?
Damn.
Kendrick Starr. Is Draymond gonna fuck up Yaxel's Warriors chemistry?
I don't know.
Think so. Well, first of all,
what's he gonna do? Punch him in the face?
And I think we got to
maybe.
Well, we got to remember
Yaxel's not 6'1", 180, so he might not try to bully him. Who knows?
He's bigger than him. Okay.
I don't think he did that though. I don't think he's screwing up their chemistry. No,
it's on camera. What do you mean you don't think he did that? we saw him do it.
No.
It was AI, Mars.
Okay. Yes, he did. He did punch Jordan Poole in the face. Yes, I know that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I don't think he's screwing up the chemistry of what's going on with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's the
Yeah,
reason
probably
why
not.
KD left. He's the reason why Jordan Poole, disintegrated right in front of their face as well as a basketball player. So, I mean, he has his moments for sure.
He just
KD
has
left
no
because,
filter.
I think KD left because KD was just never going to be accepted as a in that environment, and KD had rabbit ears. So KD, instead of staying there, wanted to go do his own thing, and it just didn't work out for him.
Imagine being as good as Kevin Wayne Durant and a nigga named Draymond Green decides to not pass you the ball and what you do like this. Come on, bro. Hey,
Well,
Draymond,
actually,
you
It didn't help. It
you
didn't help
have
that
really
Draymond turned it over too. Like,
exactly
That made it worse.
you have really lucked up by getting to play with Steph Curry.
If Kevin Durant would have understood that the only reason Draymond Green didn't make that pass is because he was on social media, so much the before the game, and he actually couldn't see KD out of his peripherals, and that's how come he turned the ball over. See, KD needs to go back and understand that, and then it would be okay.
Get him, Pen.
No,
Rod
that Euro.
Hey, I'm about to leave anyway. So, Rod 7192. Same discussion and difference the Golden State front office had during the draft. Due to Steph timeline, there's people who fall on Penn side and other side.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe that Yaxel doesn't have like more levels to get to. Personally, so,
there is an upside to him, Moss.
Yeah, there's people who are drafted in 21 who we still believe in their upside. They can still get better. Yaxel's their age. Like, are we gonna say, Scotty Barnes has no more development? Cade Cunningham has no more development. Jalen Green has no more development. No, we're gonna say those guys can still get better because they're 23, 24-year-olds.
Correct.
Yaxel is their age. Paolo Banchero is 23, 24. 23, I think. Are we gonna say, Paolo just can't get better? Franz Wagner
Ant
can't
is
get
24 right now. I'm pretty sure still. Right
Yeah,
now.
he doesn't turn 25 until
24,
next month.
25,
Yeah.
Mm.
Are we just gonna say these guys just can't get better because of their age? No. So I don't think age is gonna stop you from being able to get better, especially
Josh Giddey is
to Real
23
Talk's
years
point.
old.
Like this guy only started playing organized basketball recently-ish. Like, yeah, I do think there's more levels he can get to. I think he can improve. I think he isn't just a finished product just because he was old when he got drafted. I don't think this is a Chris Duarte situation.
Now, Moss, can I play the devil's advocate by saying that those guys that you just mentioned, both Scotty Barnes, Josh Giddey, who's only 23 to your point, they've been in the NBA. So they've been in the NBA developing as opposed to Yaxel.
Luckily, they've been getting better development for the last 4 years.
So my biggest pet peeve is when a myth gets repeated over and over and people don't challenge it. So let me challenge the myth. Yaxel Lenderberg played basketball since he was a young kid. Okay.
Sure.
He didn't just pick up. This is not, I'm going to repeat this. This is not Pascal Siakam. This is not Hakeem Olajuwon. This is not a guy who was going from one sport and then, by the way, 18, 17 years old, someone puts a basketball in his hands. It's like, what's a basketball? This is what it is. That's not what happened. He made his freshman team in high school. That's when he was 13, 14 years old. If you made your freshman team, that means you've been playing basketball since you were at least 12. Okay? Let's start there. He got cut from his freshman.
Who's a freshman at 12?
That doesn't mean that, but anyway.
So let me get this straight. You made your freshman team because you picked up basketball when you were 2 minutes before the freshman team. Like, come on now.
If you're big,
carry on, maybe because then he got cut. Carry on.
He got cut because of academic issues. Okay, and the academic eligibility is what kept him off the team for like the first 3 years. Then he made a senior team. Then he goes the JUCO route because he didn't have the grades. So he goes 3 years JUCO. Then he transitions over.
Playing high school basketball until he was 17.
Once again, though, like we're acting like the guy picked up baskell later.
We said organized basketball. That's what we said. Organized basketball.
If he made,
said it. He was playing organized. He didn't start playing organized basketball until later. And then you say, he didn't start playing high school basketball until his senior year.
Yeah, I don't know what the disconnect is.
Hold on. We're assuming that high school basketball is the only organized basketball you can play, which is just not true.
Well, if that's what he said, Penn, that's what Yaxel said. Why are you telling Yaxel that he's not telling the truth about his basketball experience?
Was he playing AAU?
Let's see here. So I actually don't know the answer to this question. So I'm going to.
But
actually
Yaxel knows.
research it.
Yaxel knows the answer to this question. He said
Well,
he wasn't playing
Yaxel ain't
organized
up
ball.
here. So he missed 2
Oh,
years, 2 seasons of high school
God.
basketball because of struggling in school. As a senior, he joined the dual enrollment program with Camden County College to improve his grades, through which he could be able to join the Pennsauken varsity team with 11 games left in the season. And the 11 games he played, they finished 10-1.
So you played 11 games of high school basketball?
According to this, yeah.
So reading that just killed your
we're
narrative
not
even
the ones
more.
perpetuating a myth. Yeah, we're not the ones perpetuating a myth. So I played 11 games of high school basketball.
But the point here is that there's a certain amount of basketball that is picked up through like you playing. Like it's not like he wasn't playing in the offseason. It's not like he wasn't playing at the park. It's not like he wasn't playing in the rec league. It's not like he
How do
wasn't
you
playing.
know?
I'm going to assume that the guy who's been
But we're
pursuing
not.
basketball.
We can't just make assumptions like that.
Okay,
No,
so
it's
we're
cool. Yeah, whatever,
we're gonna
whatever.
pull that whole
Cool.
gimmick that a guy just simply because he got cut from the team because of academic issues, he just doesn't play. I watched.
Maybe he was. Maybe he was working. Maybe he was working. Maybe he was working a job or something. Maybe you never know.
He did.
What
He did work
he
a
went to
job
the
after
park
high
and
school.
played
He
21. Yeah, maybe he went
worked
to
at
the
a high
park and
school,
played
Which is
21.
not
I'm sorry,
organized
he
basketball.
worked at a warehouse.
Yeah, but yeah, we said organized basketball. We were right. You were wrong. I don't know what to tell you.
Correct.
I mean, he's just now getting like the best coaching and training that he's ever received in his lifetime. So I do, although I do see what Penn is arguing. It's not like he's like, oh, so green to this that he didn't know what a goddamn orange ball.
Yeah, it's not a Joel
was.
Embiid situation.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. So I get what he's saying, but still,
Or
all
Dikembe
in all,
Mutombo when he showed up, like he has no
he
idea.
has a lot of growth. there.
Dikembe got drafted at 72 years old, and he was a good player.
Yeah, Mars, he was 68. Relax, okay.
My
Calm
bad.
down. Calm yourself down. So yes. Mm-hmm.
Are we going to talk about the little CC thing, or are we just going to finish with this?
We 100% going to talk about that. Yes.
Get into that.
Yes, sir. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because every time I listen to Real Talk, he tries to butter me up with she's still a top 10 player, but she just ain't this.
He hates her.
She's still a top 10 player.
He is a hater, that's for sure.
100. She's still a top
Guy
10
made
player.
a live talking about
She just ain't the level of player of this player or this player. Okay,
Chill,
well, first of all,
chill. So Caitlin goes ballistic one game. He's quiet as the church mouse.
Crickets.
Kelsey Mitchell
I
goes
said
crazy.
she hoped.
Kelsey Mitchell goes crazy the next game, and Real Talk is
Best player
like,
on the
"Oh,
team."
and see, that's the best player on the team right there. Let's see." And then Real Talk has an issue admitting that Caitlin Clark has actually been hurt this season. He's like, "Oh, well, she played good that game, so I guess she ain't hurt." Like, come on,
Still
man.
getting busy, by the way, Real
When you're as
Talk.
good as she is, you can still hoop
Still
even when
getting
you're hurt.
busy.
Real Talk, this Caitlin Clark hate is getting a little out of hand.
It's kind of corny, Real Talk.
This is something that you and Penn, is this what you and Penn bond over? Real Talk.
First off, I don't hate Caitlin Clark.
Yes, you do, Real
Oh.
Talk. Stop
No, I
the
don't.
Yes, you
Oh,
do.
He's
God.
overrated.
No.
And he's
I'm going
right.
to tell you. I am going to tell you what
And
I
you hate
dislike.
her too. You don't get
I don't
I'm
hate
going-
her.
I'm going to
my
tell you
100%
what I
hate her,
dislike.
man. Yes, you do.
Because
Yes,
I
you
don't
do.
know. People listen to what they want to listen to. So it is what it is. Look,
Yep.
I don't like the conversation around Caitlin Clark,
Mhm.
but I have no problem. I don't know Caitlin Clark to not like Caitlin Clark. I don't know the lady. All I know is she's a really good basketball player.
he running the
No.
We
She's
doing
a
personal
really
things,
good
Real Talk. We just
basketball
talking about her as a
player.
baller. That's what we talking about. We just talking about her
She's
as
a
baller.
really good basketball player.
Yes, sir.
Kelsey Mitchell in her 3 years. Caitlin Clark has been in the league 3 years, chill.
Sure.
Kelsey Mitchell has been better than her for 2.5 of those 3 years. The one time she was better than Kelsey Mitchell to me was like the post All-Star break, her rookie year. That's when she was going ballistic. But eye test wise, she hasn't been beating Kelsey Mitchell out for best player on that team for a minute. Analytically, when you look at the net swings, you look at how the team was performing when Kelsey Mitchell's on the court, juxtaposed when Caitlin is on the court. Right. Kelsey Mitchell has been a better player than Caitlin Clark. That's
How bad
not
are they
hate.
with Caitlin on the court? Real Talk. Let the people know. Let the people in the cheap
That's
seats
not
know.
hate. Let's see. Let's go
They
to
are,
data. Good old data. Baller.
Yes. Now, I can appreciate all that, but why are we sitting here acting like Caitlin Clark isn't one of the better distributors in the game? if not
She
the best
is.
distributor, if not the best distributor in the game.
Why do people always
And
do
with-
this? Hold on. First of all, chill. No one's arguing she's not a good player. No one's arguing she's not a top 15
This
player.
one over here is.
Real Talk has just conceded that she is a top 10 player for him.
Yeah, but that's tongue in cheek with him, though. I can promise you that.
Well,
That's,
You want to talk about hating? I don't think she's a top 2 player on her team.
See, that's one, but
See,
I'm
I'm
And
not
I don't think that's hating. I
That's
think
That's
that's
because you also
credit
hate
to her.
Aaliyah Boston, but that's fine. Real talk.
I don't hate Aaliyah Boston.
No, not you. Real talk.
Oh, you said I hate Aaliyah too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, no,
Everyone in Indiana could take it, right?
of the lead guards in the game today, where does Caitlin Clark fall in the pantheon of lead guards today?
She's not better.
Fourth?
She's not better than Paige.
I
She's
agree.
not better than Olivia.
See, that's what I'm talking about. This the kind of shit that drives me
What?
crazy right here.
She's
Like,
not.
Okay,
She's
keep
not
going.
better than Olivia Miles.
This is nuts, but okay.
She's probably third. It's probably Kelly Clark.
So Olivia,
Because
so,
I wouldn't
so-
consider Kelsey a lead guard. That's why.
But just guards. How about just guards? Let's just go through the guards.
See, look at him trying to move Caitlyn down the list. You see this hater shit.
This,
That's what that is.
this is
Hater
exactly
shit.
what it is, Mars. It
But he
boils
gonna
down to
highlight,
getting-
no, it's just intellectual curiosity. No, this is some hater shit. That's what that is.
That I'm definitely adding Kelsey Mitchell. Some people would, I see it in the chat, some people would argue Kelsey Plum. I'm not going to
Is
do
she better
that.
than Sabrina?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll take her over
I
Sabrina.
mean, you don't even believe that, but okay. I don't
See?
think you
No, I
believe that.
do. I do think there is something that she does that is at a generational level, which is passing. I think she is that good of a passing player. Chill. It's just outside of that,
Yeah.
as much as she wants to be so, oriented or focused on in the offense, you have to be a better scorer. She is a mid scorer, and that's just the fact of the matter. She shoots about half of her shots are threes. She's a
And they
low
bad
percentage
shots, too.
3-point shooter.
They're not
She
great
shoots
shots.
from 30 feet. She
Yeah, they're
can't
not great
really
shots.
create too much off the dribble sometimes because her left hand is trash. The reason why people can play her like that is because they play her handle. But when I start critiquing her basketball game, it just gets to, oh, you hate Caitlin Clark. No, I just don't think that she's a top 5 player like some of these other people suggest. Or the fact that, oh, she's clearly the best player on her team. How the hell? How, Sway?
So if she, I just want to make sure I'm following you, real talk. So I'm arguably the best distributor in the game. Of the long ball shooters in the game, how many of them are better than her off the dribble?
She shoots 33% on her career from 3. What are we doing
On
here?
her career from 3.
She's not better than Marina Mabry right now as a 3-point shooter.
Okay, so
And she was available in an expansion draft. Let's just be real.
But she just set the WNBA record from points.
She
so, you know.
did. She did.
did she not just do that?
She did.
I just
Well,
wanna make
tied
sure
it,
that I'm
but
not-
you know what I'm saying.
I'm just not
No,
bugging out
okay.
here. But the point that I'm making is if I'm arguably the best distributor in the game, I'm playing on a team where I'm maximizing Aaliyah Boston. No, real talk. I might not be the best downhill player. I'm
Is
not.
she maximizing Aaliyah Boston.
Why is
No,
she
she's not.
maximizing Aaliyah Boston?
I think she maximized her last year more than she is doing
She
this
really
year.
didn't.
Oh, I 100% think she did, especially in the playoffs. Yes, she did. They just went up against Asia.
Hey,
That was
they
the problem.
playing. Caitlyn ain't playing the playoffs.
I ain't told
Exactly. What are we
I'm told-
doing? You know
they were
what?
in
This
the-
is
they
a
were in the-
symptom.
they were in the
This is a
finals.
symptom of what
See, look at
people
me,
do
I'm
with
talking to you.
Caitlin
I'm
Clark.
talking shit. I'm
Okay,
talking-
they see what I hate when people assign false credit to people who had nothing to
not
do
giving her-
with
I'm
the
not
group
giving her false
project.
credit.
Okay,
I mean,
It
she
is
got
false.
credit for
You
the
is-
playoffs being played.
how the hell did she help her from the bench?
Okay, she got hurt last year. She got hurt last year before the playoffs started. Yes, she did get hurt last year before the playoffs started. She had this groin injury. I'm not going to argue that point. Yes, she had the groin injury before the playoffs started. But before that was going on, she was playing really well with Aaliyah Boston. That pick and dive game and that pick and pop game between those two was good, and you can't tell me that it wasn't. I did.
No,
watch some
they
TV
have
games.
they have good two
They
man
got
game,
really good
absolutely.
chemistry between
But
those
what-
two. And this
but-
year particularly, this year particularly, I don't love her shot. I don't love her shot attempts. No, I don't. I don't love her shot attempts, but I still love her connection with Aaliyah Boston. I still love that. And Kelsey Mitchell is the bucket getter on that team, if we're being honest. She is the bucket getter on that crew. It's not Caitlin Clark, even though Caitlin Clark is 20 a game. Kelsey Mitchell is the bucket getter. She's the distributor. That's who she is.
I think, but look, I think because of the PRA, right, I think we do undersell how much Kelsey Mitchell drives the league offense because she's willing to get off the ball, because she's one of the best off-ball players in the W, right? Because she's willing to use release valves and not just keep the ball. You know what I'm saying? Also to match, just because I talk about the most relevant player in the W frequently as a content creator doesn't mean I'm not watching the rest of the W. I'm a smart guy. Now I'm sitting here looking at the offense, the Fever this year, right?
Sure.
Clark and Boston on the court together. They have a 107.5 offensive rating, and this is padded. This isn't just raw data, by the way.
Right.
107.5 offensive rating with Aaliyah Boston Clark and no Kelsey Mitchell on the court, right? You get to Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell on the court with no Clark. They have a 115.9 offensive rating. Be the best offense in the W by a long shot. So again, the idea of, oh my goodness, Kaylin is making no, she doesn't. She is objectively actually making the offense worse with her other two best players than vice versa.
Oh,
via the data.
Hold on.
Via the data.
Let me add some data to this. Let me add some data to this. Two seasons. The past 2 seasons. So last year plus this year, Aaliyah Boston on the court without Caitlin Clark gave a plus 8.4 net rating. Okay. The two of them together produced a plus 2.6 net rating. That certainly doesn't sound like she's maximizing Aaliyah Boston, especially because the defense, which honestly is half the game, chill, according to Victor Wembanyama, gets so much worse in all lineups with Caitlin Clark. That's what people really don't talk about. She's useless defensively. Caitlin Clark without Aaliyah Boston, plus 6.1. So really, there's not anything to say that she's better with or better without. And really, there's actually evidence.
So run down Paige's numbers. Since you bringing up numbers, run down Paige's numbers on that whack ass Dallas group. I don't care that they. I don't care if they have games.
There are plus 6 with her on the court and a negative 1.2 without her, and the offense changes by 13 points. Paige on
Paige Beckers is freaking great.
Yeah, there are plus 7 offense with her and a negative 6 without
the
her.
Hottest take of basketball.
One of the hottest
basketball takes. One of the hottest basketball takes that
I ain't trying to get it off, Mars. What I'm trying to make sense of is y'all
doing for 3 years that Paige Beckers is better. 3 years.
What y'all doing? Y'all trying
I'm
to
actually saying for 6
with
years,
the
but y'all don't even
analytics,
know.
We literally went over this analytic shit.
This ain't analytics. Watch the game.
Right.
Watch the game.
What y'all trying to sell me is that
not a
this
complete
team,
negative on defense.
This
That's
team
one.
is okay. I ain't arguing that Paige is not a negative. What y'all trying to sell me is that this team is better without Caitlin Clark. That's what y'all trying to sell me.
In fact, that is actually. I want to be clear in the
Please
point.
straighten me out.
When I bring that
y'all
up,
trying to sell me that this group is better without her.
I got you. I think that the Fever are better when Caitlin Clark is playing and fulfilling her potential.
Yeah.
Then I do believe that they are a better team when she's on the court. But whether y'all want to say it's because she's hurt, and she has been hurt. She's been dealing with injury now for quite some time. So to me, what this is signaling is she needs to sit down and get healthy. Because at this point, her playing hurt it's truly not benefiting the team. It's not. She hasn't been benefiting the team. Now, once she gets healthy and maybe she can start stringing together some more elite play, then, I do think they're a better team with Caitlin Clark, with a healthy Caitlin Clark, with the productive Caitlin Clark, with the Caitlin Clark that is truly a generational offensive player. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and I think she has the potential to actually realize that. My problem is that people act like she's that right now, and she's not. She hasn't been. People saw that 45-10 game and then tried to act like she's been performing to that level.
She hasn't been.
He has not.
She has
She's
not
a
been.
fact.
I'm not gonna argue. I'm not
hasn't.
gonna argue that point. But I watched Caitlin Clark. I definitely watched Caitlin Clark play, and I don't love this. I don't love the cracking the long ball at the hash mark, 28 feet when we're in transition. I don't love that. I also don't love. I don't love her on defense. She's very easily picked out of plays. Like soon as she dies on screens like Damian Lillard, just so we clear. She dies on screens. But offensively, when I'm watching her, when she's got it going, she's damn good with the basketball. She's damn good in pick and roll. She's damn good in when players go under screens, she can crack the long ball. Her shot selection is better. So I have a difficult time listening to people talk about her like she's just good. She's better than that. She's much better than that.
When she's doing that, she is better
She's
than
much better than that.
Unfortunately, she hasn't been doing that consistently.
Speaking of doing something, I got this for you guys. This is from Bino Pepelli. He said, clearly this Yaxel hating pencil not making sense. I don't even know what that means.
Chill, let me ask you a hypothetical question.
Sure.
Let's say you were a 14-year-old kid who made your high school team, but got cut because of academic issues. And let's just say you played the next 3 years out. Would it help you if your parents were professional basketball players to pick up the game a little bit better? Would that help you out?
Yes, it would.
Yeah, well, Yaxel Lenneberg's parents are professional basketball players. Let me put that on your mind. This idea that he is like new to the game or that he has some sort of development curve like Pascal Siakam is trash. It's a stupid narrative. Now, I do want to say all the Yaxel is a bad pick stuff aside. If he succeeds, I'm going to be very happy for him. Not for me, because I'm going to look like an idiot, but I will be very happy for him because it's a guy who's obviously gone through a lot of emotional shit. I read his Players Tribune article and like I do identify a lot with some of the stuff that he talked about in there, like, you know, just like some of the stuff that happened with his parents and stuff. And it's possible that a person's life gets derailed for 2-3 years as they conquer and navigate something very emotionally difficult when they're younger. And, you know, he says that he's been on the right track since he was 19. But even since he was 19, heard tons and tons of ramblings about, you know, character issues off the court and stuff like that. Look, man, like, I don't know. I hope it works out for him. I heard similar things about Jimmy Butler, in fairness, you know, difficult to be around, you know, tough childhood, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, if he makes it, he makes it. It's a good situation for him to learn from a true consummate professional like Steph Curry and, you know, a grinder and a worker like Draymond Green. And, you know, cool. Good for them. I wouldn't have made the pick. That's my only take here is I probably wouldn't have picked him before 15.
I just think that when dealing with a guy like that, I mean, the fact that my parents are professional basketball players, that doesn't necessarily mean it could mean something good because I could possibly get something.
It does. If your parents were professional chess players, it would help you become a better chess player. Be around you all the time.
That doesn't mean that they're going. Okay, that doesn't mean they're going to teach.
Sure, we'd be talking about chess all day. I'd have chess books. There would be an identification. If my parents are professional basketball players, we could talk about things. I have a resource at home that I can bounce ideas off of about the game. I probably learned the game better than anybody. When I was shooting the ball like a dumbass when I was 5 years old, I had a professional basketball player in my house eating breakfast with me, telling me how to shoot a basketball. Come on, man.
Maybe.
Like, what are we doing?
Maybe.
Yes, it does help. It's a massive advantage. Kobe Bryant said it was a massive advantage that his dad played basketball. It is a huge advantage when your parents are college athletes or in Yaxel's case, professional athletes.
That's of course if they want. That's of course if they want to put that on you too. Don't leave that part out, Penn. Don't make it sound like just because I'm living with a professional. Because it could also be a detriment too. Because don't forget, you know, this kid Stockton, you know, down the hall is the all-time assist leader in NBA history. Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to play basketball? Because this is my father, and I'm probably never going to be that good ever. So because I'm never going to be that good, is that something that I really want to do? So it's not necessarily something that can be.
He did nearly quit basketball. So he did nearly quit basketball. So, you know, there's that. But he didn't.
I don't want to quit this. It says Luis Carlos Delaro Guac 8875 says Delaria was not moving like this. Say it again.
De La Rea.
I'm sorry. De La Rea was not moving like this in Valencia. He has surprised me a lot with his playmaking. And he was a 35 to 40% three-point shooter in the Euro League. Is that right?
Yes, he was.
Oh,
I don't know if I ever seen a EuroLeague team, not EuroLeague team, some league team throw as many lobs as the Dallas Mavericks do. There's a lob city over there. But shout out to them. It was
shout
fun.
out to them. Yeah, sounds good. Yes, sounds good. Speaking of that, we have a members chat from Ace Ledge 6610. He said, it seems that more often than not, the NBA almost has a weight height requirement in order to be effective. Anomalies can definitely be great. What do you think? Well, be clear about one thing. You know, size does matter. Yes, and being taller does matter when you play professional basketball, because having a height advantage gives you certain things that you wouldn't have otherwise. If I'm Trae Young at 6'1", if I'm 6'5", I can see over the defense. If I'm, I don't know, if I'm not Jaren Jackson, but if I'm a wing and I'm a little bit heavier, I can handle fours. Or if I'm a power forward and I play on the box and I'm a little stronger, you know, I can get closer to the basket and I can finish around the rim better, as opposed to if I'm not like that. So definitely that stuff matters.
Basketball is a game of genetic gifts. Just is what it is.
It is.
And it's not unfortunate that, you know, some people don't have it. I'm not going to say that, because, I mean, there's some people who are smarter than others. There's some people who are taller. There's some people who are better looking.
Exactly.
So that's just the way it works. That's it. I would love to have grown to 6'7". Unfortunately, I didn't grow that tall, so I had to work with what I had. That's it. So, I say that to say, Clips fan says the draft always gets me thinking about just how good Terrence Clark would be. RIPTC. Terrence Clark. What is that name? That's the kid Philly drafted that got in the car accident?
No,
Kentucky or no?
He didn't get drafted by any team, but he went to Kentucky, and
that's the kid that got in the car accident.
Yeah, he was like a top 10 recruit, I think, coming in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember much of him when he was at Kentucky. He only played that one season there. Like, where does he fall in the pantheon of great players at Kentucky? Like, was he better than like Book and
I don't think he was
Murray?
that great, but I'm not going to speak into the depth.
Right.
So, I mean, he would have got drafted. I think he would have got drafted, and there were like
he would have been a top 20 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were tools that you could like invest in and develop, but like just in terms of how good he was when he played, I don't think he was that good.
This is not a
but he was
Len
a
bias
freshman.
situation, Joe.
The who situation, Penn?
This is
not a
Len
Len bias
bias situation.
Okay.
You know.
I'm following you there. Yes. I'm definitely following you there. Let's see here. We got some more super chats. Aston Martin sends in a super chat. He said, "Will the all-time Grizzlies win a chip today?" Well, who are the all-time Grizzlies? Like, who's the best point guard? Who's the best point guard in the history of the Grizzlies?
John Morant.
Ja Morant.
I thought it was Mike. I thought it was
Mike
Conley,
Bibby.
but-
John Morant, like 22, 23. John Morant is better than Mike Conley in my
Okay,
opinion.
so he's better than Mike Conley. Okay, so we got John
Mike
Morant.
Bibby was cold, bro.
as ice, but
Mike
he wasn't
Bibby.
there long
What was
enough.
my Mike Bibby?
He wasn't there long enough.
Vancouver Grizzlies. Mike Bibby.
Cool. Why are we talking about Mike Bibby?
He was great.
So John Morant, because Mike Bibby wasn't like a league MVP candidate, and he didn't get that busy. No, he wasn't an all-star.
Politics.
No, it wasn't that at all.
Okay.
So
I
Mike
didn't
Bibby,
know Penn was a Mike Bibby, yeah, but you know.
I did not know
Hey,
that
man.
either.
Sacramento Kings 2002, bro. Any player on that team, my GOAT for life.
Oh, okay.
Except for Chris Webber.
So I got Mike Bibby at
nice.
the one. Who's there two? Is it Tony Allen? Is he the best two guard to ever play there?
Yeah, shit, we're gonna have to run
It's
Mike
not
Conley.
Mike-
and
it's not- it's not
we
Mike
running
Bibby.
Mike Conley and John Morant at the 1 and
Okay.
2. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run
So
Mike.
we got
Conley
Mike
and John
Conley
Morant at the 1 and 2.
and Bibby at the 1 and the 2. Who's their small forward? Is that Rudy Gay?
Oh God,
Please
no.
no. Yeah,
No?
please no.
Okay,
Hawks
so
ain't
Mike
here, so they don't
Miller.
need to get that off.
Mike Miller
Mike
is
Miller?
an option.
Shane Battier.
Probably Shane Battier. Okay, I
Yeah,
could
there
get
we
with
go,
I
Shane
could get
Battier.
with Shane Battier.
Paul Gasol, Marcus.
Who's there for? Is it Gasol?
Yeah, it's the Gasol brothers.
Is it
How
both of
long?
them? So I got Conley and I got Conley and John in the backcourt, and my front court is Shane Battier and the Gasol brothers. They're not winning the NBA championship. No. Nope.
Yeah, it's not the greatest team ever. It's a nice team though. I like
Yes,
that team.
very nice
I would
team. Very
yeah,
nice team.
shit, I ain't gonna lie. Powell might have to come out, come Boozer time. But
Both of them dudes ain't playing in front of Abdul Rahim. No, he ain't playing in front of Sharif. Boozer is definitely not playing in front of Sharif. No.
yeah,
How do we
Stay on that side.
You know what? We Desmond Bain over
Desmond
Tony
Bain.
Allen?
Yeah.
Desmond Bain over Tony Allen adds a little bit more firepower here. Although I
we never said
understand-
Tony Allen, we said Mike Conley, but you know.
Yes.
I mean, give me Desmond Bain.
You've been a big
and-
Desmond Bain guy, though, Penn. You've always talked about Desmond
yes,
Bain.
I'm consistent about that. And Zach Randolph.
Zach Randolph was
Well,
nice.
he's
And
not
he
going
didn't say
as
all
well.
time. He did wait. Did he say all time starting lineup or did he say
Yes.
all time Grizzlies team?
all-time Grizzlies lineup.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to include some bench players on this lineup, including Mike Bibby, Mike Conley,
Sharif.
Zach Randolph, Sharif
Sharif.
Abdurrahim,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Miller. A lot of Mikes. Damn, all Mike team.
I don't hate
Yo,
it.
real talk, your Mike going crazy, bro.
I don't hate it. Mm-hmm.
It's my last message, anyway.
Z Greatness said, if you guys can compare your game to NBA players, who would it be?
Probably Shaq.
Mars would be let me see.
If you say anything other than George Niang, you are lying.
No, not George Niang. What's the little fella? Mike Capazzo. He was playing with
Denver?
with Jokic.
Campazzo move around too much. See, Campazzo move around too much.
Campazzo?
You try. I get the height stuff, cool. Campazzo move around too much. I need someone who's just gonna stand still. So George Niang. 2020 Jared Dudley or 2019 that Jared Dudley, old man Dudley, those type of players. Yeah, in fact, he was a point guard. I'm not no point guard. I'm a stand still and do nothing.
Are you gonna do anything on the floor, Miles, or are you just gonna be out there?
I'm gonna be out there because I need to make up numbers. That's it.
So you're like a +8 because we end up going on a run and you ain't giving.
I mean,
us
yeah,
nothing.
if you guys carry me, yeah, hell yeah, better check my plus minus. I'm not PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker gonna take an assignment. I ain't PJ Tucker.
We're not getting Mars to take no assignments.
Yeah,
No.
I ain't taking no assignment. Hell no.
Who are you, real talk?
Shit, in my heyday. Shit.
Why you get your
combination of-
heyday and I get my current day? What's
You the
that
one
about?
said
No.
that. That wasn't real
You the
talk.
one.
Real talk.
Nobody
That
gave
was
you that.
Current day,
Nobody
real
gave
talk.
you that.
Current day real talk. Go ahead.
Nobody
Current
gave
day.
you that. No, in
Current
my
day real
heyday,
talk. Now he get heyday.
man.
You could have got heyday too. All you had to do was say that.
I said Shaq.
You're not Shaq, Mars. So stop the bullshit.
Probably
You ain't seen
mix,
You ain't see it.
no, not
Mars,
Kyle.
you
Lowry. Kyle Lowry
5'6".
played defense. I ain't play defense.
I was
Maybe.
the Shaq of the 8-foot rim.
You not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, real
Shaq
talk. As you were saying,
man.
real talk.
I could dunk on the 8-foot rim.
Facts.
It just had to be
I
a
was
two-hander.
a mix of Raymond and Trey, because I was shooting that shit from the volleyball line. My coach
You
used to
did
to
not
remind
have
me
that
every now
type
and
of
again.
handle, man. I don't know why you lying right now.
Real talk. You was nice with the peel? Yes or no?
No, he was not. No, he was not.
Bruh.
He was a 5'10 Magic
Right.
Johnson.
Bruh.
That's what he was doing.
Hell no. Nah, that's disrespectful. Relax yourself.
Hell yeah! Shout out to 5'10 Magic.
Magic
That's what it
was
was. It
not
was
pulling
5'10 Magic
from where I
Johnson.
was pulling from.
Shout out to
respectfully.
5'10 Magic. I'm loving it.
1991 finals game 1. Fried you.
My coach used to have to tell me
Push
every now and
shot.
again. He
It's
was
not
like, he'd be like,
this.
"Hey,
It's the
you
push
know you
shot.
can shoot from
So
our
we just
area
all
code."
lying about our NBA comps. Give me Earl Watson. Earl
gonna say Earl
Watson
Watson.
meets Milt Palacio. There's my very realistic NBA comp.
Milt Palacio has been brought up on this show more times than I would have expected Milt Palacio
Yeah.
to be brought up on this show.
I play like
Shout
Magic.
out
I
to him,
play
man.
more like Magic now. You know that's I figured it out. Mars, chill.
Yes, sir.
The reason why I don't value those type of players
Why?
is
It's
because
that's you and your
how-
wasp.
Exactly. That's how sorry niggas play basketball. I gotta look for an advantage every single modicum of time I'm out here on the court. Man, I need to push the pace every time because God forbid me try to beat a nigga one-on-one. Hell no, can't do that. Let me push. Outlet pass. Screen. Tyrese Halliburton. How about you beat your man off the dribble? No, but you know what? I can beat this big though. Set your screen for me. All them niggas that that look for advantages every time down the basketball court, that's how sorry niggas play. I didn't do that when I was good.
Because you know what that means?
Felt like I could just beat the nigga in front of me.
But see, that's awful though, real talk, because that's the NBA today. That's all these dudes do. It's call for screens. Screen this, screen that. In fact, I'm the one who
Braun was out there mismatch hunting in 2016.
Right.
But,
so that's what I'm saying, real talk. So if we doing that,
can still go get a bucket though.
That's plenty of these dudes today. Plenty of them. Because I said to you, I want to say this, maybe like right before the playoffs, we live in the most skilled era in NBA history. If we live in the most skilled era, these guys are so nice with the pill. These guys are so athletic. Why the hell do I see so many screens 30 feet away from the basket, 35 feet away from the basket? Can somebody take a guy off the dribble and get to the rim? Can I see somebody just put a dribble package together, cross between the legs, blow by a guy, in and out, throw the ball behind your back, go behind a guy? Can I see something like that? No. I'm seeing guys call for screens 30 feet away from the basket, 35 feet away from the basket. So that sounded to me, to your point, I guess a bunch of sorry-ass dudes in the league.
No. I'm not. I don't have a problem with it being a thing that you do, right? But I'm saying, as frequent as some of these players hunt that, Tyrese Halliburton is looking for an advantage as soon as he touches a basketball, and people think that's like, oh, that's because he's really smart. It's also because he knows he can't do shit most of the time if a good POA is on him. There are two things can be true.
I mean, he could. It just wouldn't be as effective as what he's doing now. So, like, pitching it ahead in transition, as he does, is more effective in terms of, achieving the final maximus, which is scoring the most points, than him dribbling it up himself and trying to ISO. But if he wanted to do that, I'm sure he could do that. He just wouldn't be very good. But
that's what I'm saying. He wouldn't be very good at it.
But I mean, I would argue there's a lot of players
not good at it. That's not really an option for you. That's what I'm saying.
First of all, I think it's very disingenuous to say that screen utilization is purely because you can't beat your guy off the dribble. You could beat your guy off the dribble and still think a screen is a good idea.
That's
why I'm saying for certain players.
No,
players,
stay right there.
Halliburton is gonna need a screen.
That's why you screen. Yo, come get this dude off me. Please come get him off me. That's why I'm asking for a screen. Because if you can beat this dude off the dribble, you know what he's going to do, Penn? He's going to respect you and he's going to back off of you.
Steph Curry utilizes screens probably better than any guard in NBA history.
The reason why he utilizes those screens because he's coming off screens to shoot the basketball. Steph Curry nice as hell with the peel, and he can go. He can get.
I'm gonna actually make a claim here that let's pump the brakes on this. Steph Curry is nice as hell with the peel shit.
He is nice as hell with the peel.
When you compare this to Kyrie, it's not that close.
Okay, so
cool.
If I'm comparing it to the best ball handler in the game,
can shoot. You compare that shit to Steph Curry.
If you take like the 10 best ball handlers at his position, he's not one of them.
Okay, so Kyrie Irving. Okay, so Kyrie Irving.
Why?
You're right. You know what? You're right, Mark.
Darius Garland. Is he a better ball handler than Darius Garland? Please stop.
No, I'm not going to say that.
We're trying to stop. We're trying to stop. Super chats. Let's go.
As I was saying, Derek Mitchell, 72, said, I want to give the entire PC community their flowers. While former NBA player platforms have come and gone and honestly not that good, you guys consistently deliver great content 5 days a week. That's what we're here for, my man. That's exactly why we're here. Yes, sir.
I'm not going to hate on the other platforms, but
that's not our job. That's not what we're here to do. When we got into this thing to deliver NBA content. We talk pro basketball up here, and we talk pro basketball consistently. We knew that in order for us to stick where we are, number one, the time slot that we were in, from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, that's Eastern time, 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock Pacific. That's a prime time for people, whether they're driving to work, people who are at the job, like right around lunchtime. We knew that we had to deliver good content and we had to consistently deliver good content in order for us to be viable in this space. And we have stuff like Penn saying that Kyrie Irving that Steph Curry isn't a good ball handler compared to Kyrie Irving. That's the content that you're talking about.
Okay,
so
I said pump the brakes because people act like it's really close and it's not that close. The second thing I'll say is,
only people who act as close as Steph stands. No one else thinks
Steph Curry.
Nobody. There's a gap between Curry and Kyrie Irving.
Like if I went back and I watched,
doesn't mean that
we had some pretty nasty conversations about Kyrie last week, and I went back and I watched like a lot of Steph Curry, quote unquote, cooking off the dribble. And a lot of it is coming down to how aggressively teams are guarding him as a shooter. So if you're talking about just pure ball handling, like in a lab, it's very different than ball handling with the
How
reputation
did we
as
get
one
back
of.
here? Chill. Why did you bring it back up?
It was
Well,
just an example.
First
Mars.
of all,
I'm
we're
sorry,
going to
bro.
have some pretty nasty people saying that I'm talking about Steph Curry's handle is not great. It is very great. I need you to understand why it's so great.
And that's all that we was doing, Penn. That's it right there, Penn. That's all
It
that we
is
was doing. We're
great
talking about
because teams respect him immensely. And
Yes.
honestly, do you know when I had this realization? Harry Kane. I was watching Harry Kane and realized he's not
The
that
World
fast.
Cup has done irreparable damage to this platform.
No, because Harry Kane is he's like, you look at top strikers across
Yep.
World Cup, he's not as athletic as them, he's not as big as some of them, he's not as fast, he's just not as gifted, but for whatever reason he's stupidly accurate. Like, he's ridiculously accurate, and he's versatile in terms of how many different ways he can score. And it's from different distances, it's from different situations. He's just really good. And I think it allows him to draw a little bit more attention than a player of his raw talent would otherwise warrant, because he's deadly accurate. Curry's accuracy as a shooter, I think, is somewhat similar to how I think opposing teams overreact to Harry Kane. This is why I said, like, I really like learning about other sports, because it helps me recontextualize the sport that I'm watching. And I think, yeah, that's just my view on it.
Fair enough.
A few things here, then I'm done. I'm gonna respond to what Ben just said, but let me clean up something I was saying earlier. And put it in a more neat box. I think you have players, to me, who are, their success for being a really good player is driven by their tendencies. And then I think you have other players who a lot of their success is driven on their talent. And then the best players in the game and of all time, in my opinion, do a great job of combining the two. Now, for me personally, I think when judging and one player is closer to one of the other boxes or one of the other end of the spectrums, I usually lean towards a player who's more talented and may have worse tendencies than players who have great tendencies and don't really have a great level of talent. I.e., to me, a Steve Nash, a Tyrese Halliburton, etc., etc. But I'm just saying, to me, that's how I judge that.
Problem.
Got the ball on
I
the string.
don't say it's a problem. I'm saying
I
I am explaining my thought process. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
I think that's very accurate.
I just don't get how Nash
that's
gets the not great.
hang on.
From.
That's no.
Right.
This is very consistent, because Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson are great examples, in my opinion, of players who maximize. Are you also somewhat lower on Bill Russell than a lot of other people?
I mean, I think he was great for his time. Sure.
And by the way, Nash.
Yeah, he thinks Tim Duncan's a mid. That's
so.
Since we on that, and I promise you, Miles, we're gonna move on. Like Steve Nash, when he first showed up, and I mean, he wasn't a generational player, but was he?
For sure.
Did he turn into a generational player?
You got a generational system, right, Russell? That's where you go.
Okay, look.
Yes.
There's this. I'm gonna bring it back to football one more time, because again, this is how we learn, or at least that's how I learn. There's probably 1,000 people in this chat that know 1,000 times more about football than I do. But as a football novice, who's watched, maybe 300 complete games my entire life, Ronaldo versus Ronaldo is a debate in football, and it's a very interesting debate, because we talk about one player at their absolute peak versus the other player maximizing longevity, right? And by Ronaldo, I mean like Brazilian Ronaldo, R9 versus, I think it's like R7 versus R9. This is the thing. So going back to watch, like, the difference in sports and era, we often tax the previous generation because, well, they didn't play as fast, or they didn't play with as much space, or they didn't play against as much athleticism. But the advantages that today's generation enjoys in terms of rest, recovery, rules, right? The physicality of the previous generation. I just think this is why in football, we're still able to say that Maradona and Pele are still top 3, top 4 players of all time, and no one questions it that much.
Except Mars. Mars thinks Pele is.
Okay, cool. But in basketball, we're just wiping away past generations. But my view on this is greatness is really what you did with what you had and how well you maximize what you had. That's why I don't agree with your Tim Duncan stuff that you did last week, because Tim Duncan maximized what he had. He maximized the window with a small market team. He developed what he had. Did he play with another superstar? I don't know. Depends on how high you are on Manu Ginobili and Kawhi Leonard when they play with Tim Duncan. But honestly, to me, he was carrying teams with all-stars and sub-all-stars and really good players. He allowed himself to be coachable. He allowed a system to be built, rebuilt, and rebuilt again around him, with him, through him. He allowed himself to be coached. I just think him, Magic, Bird, Steve Nash as well, to put him in this, these are just players who maximize their God-given gifts and their situations better. And to me, that is the ultimate mark of greatness. Because if you had the supporting cast, talent, situation to win 12 rings and you won 3 or 2, to me, that's way worse than a guy who had no supporting cast and no situation and no context and he won 1. So that's, to me, greatness is like, if I could build a bar from 0 to 100 on your absolute ceiling, on your potential, how close did you get to 100? That to me is where we're at. So this is where I put Kareem and Bill Russell in a different category than Wilt. It's not because I don't respect 50 points and 26 rebounds. It's just because I understand that the end goal is winning. And I think that, you know,
a lot comes in, a lot, to be honest with you, though.
It's also why I like Paige Beckers more than Caitlin Clark. It's just consistent across all sports.
But since we are on the subject of greatness,
but Paige is just a better player.
She is, but she's also better at utilizing her teammates.
Since we're on the subject of Paige, Mad Max Sports says, real talk don't care about the W. It's all Caitlin Clark hate. He legit only talks about the fever.
Mind you, my first video.
Nah, he be glazing Olivia Miles. And
yeah, my first videos about any WNBA content this year was Olivia Miles. But I guess, brother, continue to eat my dick up. Salute to you.
I'm sorry. I do hear you. I do real talk. Hear you talk a lot about Olivia Miles, and this was last season too. We also had a conversation. You was talking about Fee. You did talk about what's the big girl name from New York?
Brianna Stewart.
Jaquel.
Yeah, I did hear you talk about her. So I don't know if that's necessarily true that you only talk about the fever. Now you might have some selective memory when it comes to. I
also really enjoy Kelsey Mitchell, by the way. I like that.
Real talk, for real. Is Angel Reese better than Caitlin Clark?
Nah, I'm not going.
Is it close? Is it close? Is it like
the gap has definitely gotten smaller, but I'm not going.
Shout out to Penn, man.
It's close. We're getting closer.
Nice. Wasn't wrong, just
speaking of close, Wooly Bobcat says Arthur Kaluma is someone I want to see play in the Summer League. He showed out in the Summer League. Does he have any chance at making the Lakers roster?
I don't know. I don't even know who's on.
What was the name?
Yeah,
Arthur Kaluma. The guy who's averaging like 20 for you guys.
Yeah, sure. He'll get an invite. See what he's going to be.
Depending on how many guys the Lakers have under contract. I mean, it just depends on how he can get caught up in the numbers game and how the Lakers could use him. Because again, you know, we all know that Carr gonna be a part of the lineup, Sexton gonna be a part of the lineup. In terms of other guys, like Dalton Connect still on the roster, he ain't gonna play. But I mean, he's still on.
Quentin Grimes is also there. We do have a lot of
Grimes is going to play, right? Quentin Grimes is going to play. Sexton is going to play. Dalton Connect is there. You still got that small forward spot. You got to that small forward spot is a hole that you got to fill. Whether it's I'm going to say it. Whether it's James, because we could.
I thought you were going to say Jake LaRavia.
I was not going to say Jake LaRavia. I was not going to say Kuminga neither. But I've heard plenty of times people talk about getting divorced only to find out that we ain't breaking up. We're gonna figure this out. So that very well could happen. So Speaking of something happening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, this is the end of the line. We got busy today. This is what we do around here. You know where to find us, right here on the panel, every Monday to Friday, right here on the Players Choice Network. We do it from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock Eastern, 8 a.m. to 11 Pacific. So we will see you guys soon. Until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother. When last time you talked to your mother? Call your mother. We'll talk to you guys soon. But until then, take it light. Take it. Absolutely, man. It was good to see you guys today.
The whole chat is talking about football. That's cool, man. Peace, y'all.
Later. Later.